Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to Trader TV Live. It's Friday, it's Jobs Friday. Markets pointing back to the upside, even with the latest non-farm payrolls number out this morning. We saw 20.5 million jobs lost in the U.S. last month versus an expected 22 million. The unemployment rate, the big number, I think, ticking up to 14.7% across the board versus an expected 16%. Canada, meanwhile, also out with jobs numbers this morning. 1.9 million jobs lost in this country last month versus an expected 4 million. So a little bit better than expected on this side of the border. We also had the unemployment rate here in Canada tick up to 13% versus an expected 18%. Markets continuing this really aggressive rally we've seen right from the lows we hit back in March. The NASDAQ going positive on the year for the first time in weeks. Yesterday, for the first time, back above 87.72. We started 2020 at 87.72, so key level to keep in mind. More earnings to get through today. We had Uber moving higher in the pre-market, kind of coming off the highs now after they reported. Roku to the downside this morning after they missed with their latest quarterly numbers. It is Friday, May 8th, 2020. Trader TV Live starts now. And there's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session there. APAC region markets performing nicely, moving higher. Obviously, Japan leading the way there, 2.5% across the board, though. Nice positive numbers. Let's shift over to Europe and have a look at how things are shaping up so far. If we could move that board over, that would be great. And we'll have a look at European markets. There we go, also in positive territory. 1+% gains across the board. Spain and Switzerland lagging a little bit. Let's have a look at North America. A quick look here and we'll get into things because lots to get to. Yeah, look at crude down there at the bottom of the screen. 1.9% again today. Everything about 1% or more to the upside. Lots to talk about obviously this morning, guys. If we jump into individual names across the board, lots of earnings to get to. This unemployment rate, though, going to be an interesting one. They were expecting a little bit higher. It comes in still 14% in the U.S. as far as unemployment rate. Not a good look, but I think a little bit better than people were expecting. Yeah, just slightly better. I mean, Kevin actually, one of our traders here in the chat, made a fantastic point that you might have a lot of people that aren't looking for work. They're getting benefits there. So, I mean, certainly if they're not looking, you could have a number that's closer to 20, as he was mentioning. Either way, every time we've seen these massive numbers come out, if they're not much worse than expectations, you're seeing a little bit of pop in the market. It's just a pattern that you've been seeing over and over again. For the first time, I was just sort of saying this in the chat earlier, you do have the ES leading the NASDAQ, so I find that a little bit interesting. Long bounce if you took the spider over the Qs, as I'm experiencing here, not as strong. Either way, we are getting a bit of a bounce in the market, but I want to drop the numbers for you because big numbers out of the NASDAQ yesterday for day trade the world. Number one trader able to pull 39,000 out of that market. Of course, we saw some of the bigger movers all over the place. Tech space has been going nuts. Germany, 20,000 was a number two trader there. And London, someone pulled 5,000 again. So you see those European numbers coming through. New York at 11,000. Opportunities abound. I feel like it's going to be earnings again today. And the market just keeps shrugging off these numbers, not the doom and gloom, and then just keeps going up there, Sean.
Yeah, no, it's good. We're like we mentioned here, we're in a 40-cent winner here on the SPY. We bought it a couple times on that number. Right away, we got it. Obviously, we should have had it before the number came out, but we paid it there. Went in the money like, I don't know, 50, 60 cents there. We didn't take it. Watched it drop down, and we averaged in at pretty much the very bottom. So for right now, that's a nice looking trade, and it's 40 cents in the money. But you know what, guys? Today, I'm not actually seeing that much on the board. Yesterday was a crazy show, and thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to stick with my rules here, not try to just pick out trades, but try to find the right ones for you guys. Yesterday you saw I traded 4 or 5 symbols, multiple dollar winners on pretty much all of them. So welcome back today. It's Friday, and it should be a good one. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to try to go crazy today, and I'll tell you why when we get back.
Yeah, we have big plans to get to today as far as we need your help to help us with the subscribe aspect of things. We're going to get over to the desk here and hear from Valeria. Good morning.
Good morning and hello everyone. Welcome to Trader TV Live. I wish you a great trading day and we are here to make it even better. Guys, enjoy the show and live chat. Also hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to reach 14,000 of subscribers today and we are very close. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet and if you want to see more trading content. I'll see you later. Back to Brandon.
We have, or Sean has an incentive anyways to get these numbers today. So hit the subscribe number. Sean, you want to tell us about what's going to happen if we do get to that number?
Yeah, so I was really proud of the subscriber growth that we had, and then my 8-year-old came up and said basically that we only had 13,000 and change, and that he dared me to get to 14,000. So if we can get to 14,000 subscribers today, it's breakfast in bed. So it'll be some fruit salad hopefully tomorrow. Today's looks like it's a little bit honeydew melon style here, a little bit of strawberries there. So shout out to everybody who has their fruit salad ready. But yeah, we got to get to 14,000 today, and then we'll tweet out a picture tomorrow of breakfast in bed if we can get to that 14,000. So that should be real fun. And you know what, whatever it is, you know, we're just here for you guys every day. So make sure you join us. It's a really fun show. Our VWAP video is up. Our short selling video is up. So make sure you check those out on our Market Wisdom page. And I'm just going to sit here and watch, hopefully, this spider trade go to the moon for me here. We are long 291.28. Hit that subscribe button so we can have breakfast in bed, guys.
Yeah, it was a huge day yesterday for us on the subscriber numbers. So thank you so much for that. We appreciate your participation and support. Hit the subscribe button today. And Sean is going to have a very nice morning tomorrow. Lots to get to this morning, guys, as far as names moving around here in the pre-market. Obviously, the market itself going to be in play every time we see, you know, an overall market move like we have this morning. Important to kind of figure out where we're going to look as far as levels on the futures go and levels on the overall market to keep in mind. However, let's jump into Uber here to start. Uber, the big one with earnings after market yesterday. They posted a net loss of $2.9 billion, the biggest loss for the company in 3 quarters. The company reported a loss of $1.70 per share on revenue of $3.5 billion. They said gross bookings for the ride-hailing service were down about 5%. However, the Uber Eats service, food delivery, up 52% year over year. So Uber, yeah, still holding up here, guys. I guess we're back below that 33 now, but still holding up here nicely.
Yeah, I like 32 to the downside here on Uber. I mean, look, Uber Eats, and I was actually telling this to one of my friends yesterday about Uber when the numbers came out, that of course Uber Eats was going to be pretty big. I mean, here in Canada, we have Skip the Dishes that are pretty big here, and then Uber Eats is just coming right along. I mean, you can order Tim Hortons, Starbucks, McDonald's, and all that, so no big surprise that Uber Eats leads the way here. But I like this 32.30 break on the downside. Look, they lost $2.9 billion this quarter. I think people will be buying more cars, which leads me to think that GM is going to be a good buy. Cars are like PPE right now. People don't want to go into Ubers because, simply put, you know, they're not going to be as trusted on the clean side and on the virus side. So I just think that Uber is going to be a little bit of a trouble spot here for them. They're talking about laying off some drivers and whatnot. You do get a big seller here at 32. We can check out the market imbalance right now. Let's do that quickly before we go to Neil. But see, it's a buy of 500,000. Normally when you see that, what time is it? It's 9:08. So normally when you see that, you do get a little bit of a run here in the stock, but we're not getting that right now. If you do take the short, I mean, 33.50 is up here, so you do have that kind of an out. I kind of like to fill this gap here, and this is 32.25. So I wrote down a few levels, 32.30, 32. I'm only looking short on Uber today, guys.
Yeah, it was a top thing on my list today, and I only wrote 2 things down. I wrote a resistance level to the upside in case there's a rally. That was 35.35, and then there was 31.90 to 30.32. You just have a look at the daily chart. It's this last little peak here. If it crests below that, I think that's where you're looking for some selling. So 32 even, 31.90. It's right in around that same little peak that we just had last week. So that should be an interesting one. I'm going to get you guys, before we jump to the next name here, I've been saying in the chat, if you remember yesterday, JNUS was a big winner. I just told you guys it was rolling over there in the chat through 75. I did grab a 73 short. It made another move to the downside. We've already taken off a nice 10% win here. I did get some shares out there as it crested down to 63 and 62. I've been working this one. I still have about 30% of the shares here, and I'm probably going to load back up in front of 75. So another day, another opportunity with that share offering yesterday at 35 cents. You saw the big move that happened live, but I think there's a second day play here as well, Brennan.
Yeah, absolutely. Some decent levels on that name, a little bit higher as well. If we do even get a push back to the upside, GNUS definitely going to be on the watch. Let's go over to Roku, guys. Shares of the streaming platform down this morning after they reported a loss of 45 cents per share in the latest quarter, which was basically in line with what estimates or analysts were expecting. The company reported revenue of $321 million versus a 307 number that was expected. So yeah, pretty ugly look here today for Roku. This aftermarket level, I guess, around this 128, 129 area already has come and gone.
Yeah, Roku here.
You always sort of look for those. I think when you gap below those undermarket levels. And we keep talking about how we don't know anybody that has a Roku, and I still do not know a single person that has it. I'm going to trust that Ramon is correct, and that's what it looks like. But you talk about those post-market levels, Brendan, and you always want to see if it's trying to fill that gap in. So you do see it trend back above that 128 price. It got to, I sort of had this one written down, 129.20, and it's falling back in there. A couple of ways to play this. If you want a gap fill, you could try the 129.20 break. That could be a bit of a sucker's play, especially if the market fails and comes back in. I had to cover my Qs trade there. So I'm probably going to think about being a little bit more aggressive, and if it's going to be an upside play, not necessarily wait for 129.20. If off the open we can take the first level, I think that's going to be a nice little tighter play if you want to have a gap retracement. If it breaks 125, I think all bets are off at that point if you're trying any kind of a bounce long.
Yeah, 126.24. So we'll probably go short rate now on that one. 126.24. Yeah, just breaking down below here. This is 126.50. I do kind of like this break, 126.24ish. So we'll probably get in to this trade sooner rather than later. Right now, 126.25 breaking on Roku. I do like it, and then you can get out if it breaks above 130. But I think it's going to be a little bit of pain here. It's down 8% or so. I'm going to get into Roku relatively quickly. It looks like right now we'll go short Roku. I think we can retest this bottom 124.50 even maybe before open if we do get a little bit of a drawdown here. I saw Neil got out of the Qs, not bad. We're going to wait on SPY here. And just
yeah, the spiders are just, it's worth noting, I mentioned it before, but it looks like today the ES a little bit stronger than the Qs there, so worth noting if you're trading the futures.
All right, guys, let's go to Disney. Disney higher in the pre-market this morning. They came out and said they have sold out of tickets of the reopening of the Shanghai Disneyland on Monday. The Chinese government had asked Disney to cap attendance at just 30% capacity, though. So still, nice look here today for Disney, 2.8% to the upside, breaking higher even with the market coming back here.
Yeah, Disney, I don't know what's going to happen here. I mean, look, it's 30% capacity. They sell out. I mean, I would expect that. But yeah, I mean, 108, great little level for Disney. I'm just not super excited about it. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to put capital to work here if I don't see anything. On the daily chart here, this is what I'm talking about. You're just doing nothing here. You're bouncing around. I mean, if we were up at 114, 115 and looking to break out, then I'd be more serious about this. But right now, nah. I mean, I do like this top yesterday, 106. So if we fade back down, I would short 106 on Disney. But guys, right now, nah. I'm going to pass on Disney, hard pass.
It's trying to make a break through this 108 level. It's like 108.60, 108.80 up here if you look at the daily chart. So I think if it fails down below that price, it's going to give you an opportunity to maybe trend off of a resistance level. But trading right there, and then you have that little ramp up that we tried to get to. It's entirely possible, like Sean said, it might be a sleepy stock. One to revisit. I do like that level if we can get down below it, but I'm not longing Disney in front of that 108.50.
All right, guys, Dropbox, another earnings name today. They beat on the EPS side by 3 cents per share with earnings of 17 cents per share. Revenue was also ahead of estimates. Dropbox said, though, it was able to sign up more customers during the quarter because of remote working. So a lot of people staying at home looking for more cloud storage. So DBX about 4% here, although looks like a little bit of a level here forming around this 2280 possibly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of love, but the volume is relatively light at 180,000 shares. I'm also eyeballing 2250. That was just a little bit of a spot there in the aftermarket, so that seems like it could be supported. It does look like it's setting up to try to break out. I'm just sort of looking at this it's more like a 2285 past that 80 as well that I think you have to watch. But all of that is on very, very low volume, so just be careful. If you're playing pre-market levels and the stock isn't doing a lot of volume, you just want to make sure you're very, very confident about what those represent. And here in the daily chart, you're going to see, Dropbox is running into a little bit of resistance up here at 2360 and then again at 2370. So there is some juice to a break at 2280. It is up that 4%. Just understand what you're running into and temper the expectations. You run to resistance about 50 cents to $1 above that, but it looks like a decent break as long as there's some volume behind it, which there hasn't been yet.
Yeah, I like this 2375. I mean, we got up here in March before fading all the way down to 14. Now you're basically at a double, almost a double here. 2375 on Dropbox is this little wick there that we'll be looking at for sure. But Roku, we are in Roku now. We just got that trigger short there. My price 126.22. So let's see what happens here with Roku. I might put an order right now 124.50. See if we can capture a quick $2 off the open if it does fall. But right now your boy's in Roku, guys. So Roku to the short side, spiders to the long side.
All right, let's go to Corvo here, guys. Another one from the tech group reporting. QRVO on the NASDAQ, the ticker. Highlights, 157 versus 133. Revenue is 788 versus 761, so beating on the top and bottom line. The company also provided a strong forward-looking forecast when we've seen over the past few weeks most companies failing to provide any sort of guidance whatsoever. Again, another one not doing a heck of a lot, but hard to ignore this move from aftermarket yesterday, 101 all the way to 108. Might get a shot at that 108 level from last night.
You might. If you talked about bad volume on Dropbox, this has done 22,000 shares in the pre-market, which makes it tricky. Ultimately, if you're a day trader, you do want volume and volatility. You talked about 108. Yeah, sure. It's going to be worth a look if it can get below it. I might trigger into a small position in this one. I do like those retracement plays, but with 22,000 shares, I'm not going to cross very deep in, and I'm not going to give it a ton of room either way. I think you got to have that tight stop if you're going to try shorting this at that 110 high, and then just be willing to live with it. If it fills in the gap, even if you get 5, that's fantastic. But the volume is the problem. I need to see it pick up off the open.
45.50. I actually want to look at XOM here, guys. XOM.NY, 150,000 shares. If it will load up, it's up 2.5% today. Nice looking chart. XOM straight to the upside here. I'm wondering why we're up almost. It's a nice little 2.5% here. XOM to the top side right now. It just took out 45.17, 45.20, which was yesterday's high. I like XOM here. I think we'll probably dance with this devil a little bit here. Yeah, see, we're breaking past 46 right now. So I think if we can get through 46, I'd like 45.50 on XOM, guys. That should be a decent play. As we can see here, oil coming up here. This is the oil chart that we're working with right now. You see 24.38. Oh, I got to make this a little bit bigger. Oil right now up 3.57%. If oil breaks above this little level here, 24.50, that should trigger it into this area between 25-ish, maybe the next target. So that should signal XOM to the upside there. So we're going to wait to see here on crude oil, but I do like that play for sure. 45.50 on XOM, guys.
Yeah, it was interesting to note. We saw that nice move to the upside for crude in the pre-market as well. Worth noting across the board this morning, obviously because of the jobs number when I came in and sat down, volume was very, very low. All of these names right across the board not doing a heck of a lot in the way of volume. Yelp reported, we'll skip this one, but Yelp did report decent earnings, not doing a heck of a lot in the pre-market, but that is a name that can give you a trade on an earnings day. So we'll watch Yelp once we get open. Let's go to Pluristem Therapeutics, guys. Little small cap PSTI on the NASDAQ, moving higher this morning, but coming back in as well. This was a pretty obvious short early on. 1050 was holding as resistance. FDA announced approval for a phase 2 COVID-19 vaccine trial, but as we've seen over the past few days, these ones love to be faded.
Yeah, this one loves to be faded. It's a good look there, Brennan. I was looking at GNUS, and you're all over that PSTI. A nice break there at that 1050. I think you want to see if it can retrace anywhere near to it, maybe short it again off of the open. Certainly going to be worth a look throughout the day. Its volume is okay at 700,000 shares. Not going to blow you out of the water, but it's a $10 name, so a little more volatility in terms of the gross you're able to take on that one, Brennan.
Okay, so here we go. So now it's getting lifted up a level here. So this is why I need 14,000 subscribers. Look at these faces, guys. I cannot let them down. Not only that, but we will be getting breakfast in bed. So Gia and Bear in here. You said Mini Sean. I think that's pretty close. He's playing Minecraft now. He's doing some Minecraft. He knows about servers. He's 8 years old. They were programming last night. He was in his first computer programming class, and they're rocking it. So there it is. That's why I need you to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let me win the bet.
Sean, I know you usually have a chat going, or maybe you can reach them a little bit on the side. I'm just curious what the menu is going to be. I know there's obviously going to be some fruit salad, but we're talking some waffles maybe,
probably.
Or
I don't know what
pancakes here. Actually, you guys let us know when we hit that 14,000 subscribers, because I know you guys are going to do this for us, because we'd love to see that picture. What should they make for Sean tomorrow morning? I'd love to see what the picks are.
I like that idea. I like that idea. Let's throw it out there to the masses, and we'll make Sean's breakfast tomorrow. 14,000 guys. Let's go. Hit the subscribe button. We'll shift over to Macy's here, guys. A little bit of news on Macy's. One that has been moving around after being pulled from the S&P 500. They announced they have delayed their first quarter earnings report until July 1st due to virus disruptions with their business. A company that has historically always reported in the early to mid portion of May. So Macy's putting off Q1 report until July 1st. A little pop here in the pre-market, guys, 3%. One that has been decent ever since moving to the mid-cap group.
It's had this sort of like a bounce through $5 sort of action going on, but if you go to the daily chart, you can certainly see the volatilities of removing itself from the stock. It's made a bit of a floor here. I think as it approaches it, it's a decent long opportunity in front, and it is certainly trying to break out from this price. You just have to temper expectations, because the daily moves aren't gigantic. I think if you can take out the top on Macy's, it's an interesting play, but it's probably a better one to long off support on a $5 stock when you're looking at 5-10 cent moves, then try breakout trades, which can be successful on high flyers. So a much better opportunity trying to see it bounce in front of 5 today on a dip down. That's probably all I would be looking for, to see if you can catch some of that support.
Yeah, Macy's is actually one of the only trades I'll probably be taking. Macy's and Uber today. So what I like here is a 507 break. So all the way back down here, 507. This is the bottom from yesterday. I love that play on Macy's. If we call up a 3-minute chart here, how much time is left? 9:22. Okay, a 3-minute chart here on Macy's. You can see it's just this level here, 507. It broke, did not break yesterday. We bounced off it the day before. It was sort of resistance. Then it became support. So if we break it again, giddy up. And then obviously this 532, I loved the long side as well. Let's check out on the market imbalance locator just quickly again. Uber, okay, we have Ford here, JCPenney, Royal Caribbean, so on. And so Disney's right here on a big buy. We talked about that. And there's my XOM on a buy. So a few ideas that I have here should work out. Let's just wait to see what does happen here in the next 7 or 8 minutes. But Uber, Disney, XOM, all stocks we've talked about, guys.
We're noticing in the pre-market some strength in the travel-related names, specifically the cruise lines, all moving higher. Another one that reported was Booking.com, really expensive, $1,400 stock. They reported decent earnings. Also, TripAdvisor reporting earnings. They reported adjustedly quarterly profit of 7 cents per share, 12 cents shy of estimates. The company also said it expects little to no revenue in the current quarter, guys. So if you're looking for one that could be weak today, have a look at TRIP. Again, not a lot of volume here, but little to no revenue, the language they used.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't a lot of volume. I know some people are looking at that space, and usually as a day trade, you're probably more involved in something like a Carnival, which is actually strong today, bouncing up 4%. And Trip, maybe we'll have a look at it later on in the session. It doesn't really pique my interest given the volume that it has right now. But Carnival up here around this $14 mark, you can see it trying to break out through this sort of $14 even area. 1470 is the next level I have on the daily chart to the upside. So it's got a little bit of juice if it wants to be a runner today. If you give that one maybe to the low, it's an obvious pivot point when you sort of look at this gap here, guys. 13.75 is a nice little pivot. So if you're working 14, you can be risking about 2, 3.5 to 1. I think certainly though, if the market rolls over, I always want to be shorting the space if I can. It just make sure you're with the trend there, guys. So I like the break downside. It's probably a long reverse play for me in Carnival Cruise today.
I just want to check back in on Uber here quickly to see what was happening. Let's go back over to a 3-minute or 1 minute chart here, get a little bit better look on things here. Okay, Uber is still bouncing around. We are looking for that 32. What did I write down? 32.25. 32.30 break. We have that ready to rock and roll. I don't love the long on this. I'm going to ignore. I mean, I hate ignoring the long because most of the time when you look only one way, you miss the best opportunity. So we'll see if it breaks through 33. I'll look at that, but I still am looking for Uber to fade through 32.40 here, guys. So that's going to be one play coming up. Uber doing a lot of volume. 1.6 million was up 11% yesterday, 6 today. 17% seems like it's a little overdone on this name. So I can't wait for this market imbalance to get cleared, and then hopefully we can come back to the downside. I may try to sell before $33 here, Brendan.
All right, guys, let's go to small cap world once again. We talked about one already. Here's another one that was doing some volume in the pre-market. Fortress Bio here, FBIO up about 15%, still in this tight little range below 250. This is 255. I left the line here. 250 as well, also worth a watch. They announced collaboration with Columbia University. They're going to take one of their current cancer platforms, cancer treatment platforms, and see if they can change it a little bit to work on COVID-19. So COVID-19 tie here, that's the reason for the pop, but already being faded on FBIO. Hit the subscribe button today, guys. Back over to you.
Hit it so Sean can get that breakfast in bed. Brendan, you mentioned FBIO 250. I was saying in the chat there, guys, that you go to the daily chart, you do see a level at that price. So even though it has come back in heavily from $3 on light volume in the pre-market, that volume is picked up. It's failed one time through 250 already, looking like an enticing short opportunity. I've reloaded over here in GNUS at that 73 mark. We're back down at 68, so we're looking to take a second win on that stock. 4 if you count the two shorts yesterday. I'm staying away from the long because I don't really see the setups there. But GNUS has it in front of 250 on FBIO. We do have a short opportunity, some selling in there. So I'll look to short that one in the 240 range if we can catch that off the open to add to the GNUS. Sean mentioned Uber bouncing a little bit here, so not quite triggering into that short opportunity. I like that 31.90 to 32-ish even range a little bit better. I'm not going to be looking at Lyft today. I mean, one of the things that the problems with it is 100,000 shares and a 20-30 cent spread at times. Relative to Uber, 1.7 million, much more liquidity, much better trading action. That was a mistake to not go to the better name in terms of its movement pattern intraday. So Lyft is, going to be off the radar for me. You got to stick with Uber, which is going to be a better mover.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we're going to be on that one. Roku right now in the money if I take the bid, but we are short 126.22 here on Roku, waiting to see some action on this play. That's the one play that we have, and we have Spiders long as well, 291.28. This is the S&P 500, so we're right at that spot where we averaged in before, and we're basically flat on this trade. We're down 8 cents on this trade right now, so we'll wait to see. I still have some upside targets here in today's market, so we'll wait to see this on Spiders. But right now, yeah, Roku short, SPY long. The market's opening up here in 2 minutes. We've already got the fruit salad ready to rock and roll here. We've got a nice little coffee. And there goes Roku there, just tries to, that's Spiders. Roku there tries to break down. We are now short. Well, we're short. We're 20 cents in the money right now. Oh, wow. Now we're 40 cents in the money. Let's get going here already, guys. We're already bringing you the hammer. There's a nice little win if you want to take it right there. Nice little 40 cents on Roku. I didn't take it, but there it is right there. 42 cents on Roku if you want it. My bid, guys, right now, 124.56. So look, I have $1 in the money almost. I'm not going to take it, guys. Brendan, what's up?
Love it. Yeah, Roku coming off already. Here's another one, guys. Just posted this. Sorrento popping up here. SRNE, 12%. They're teaming up with Mount Sinai in New York to develop a COVID-19 vaccine. So a nice look to the upside here for SRNE, guys.
Thanks a lot there, Brendan. 1 minute to the bell. We do have another mover here, MITT, down 37%, over 2 million shares being done. We're just going to get some some news on that one. I know some of you guys have been asking about it, so we will be watching that. But like I said, under a minute to go. Carnival Cruise, for those of you that are watching, is making a run towards that top. That's at 14.13, 14.15. I don't like stops that are at the sort of even dollar level, so it's getting close to that top end range. I still like the opportunity if it does break 75 as a pivot to the short side. Carnival's going to be in play. GNUS working to the downside. Uber is still looking like it wants to get to that 32, but holding solidly above for the time being. I'm not going to be heavily involved in Disney unless I see it really hold below that support level, which it's not doing. It's breaking above that 109, so until it gets below 108.60 to 70, we're not going to be digging into anything in Disney there. But just about to drop that countdown, guys. We've got Valeria, I believe, on the bell. You're going to drop it down here, guys. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. It's Friday. Last chance to trade the markets. 3, 2, 1. We're going to have an awesome day today. Let's go.
All right, we're going to watch out for Roku here as it's coming down. It's already $1 in the money. Your boy's already giving you these winners. Here comes Roku to the downside, and kabang! That's a $2 winner right away for you guys. How you like them apples? There it is, a quick $2 winner there on Roku. I told you where we were putting our order, 124.50 off this 126.30 short. There it is, already flawless action, Neil. We're crushing it already. Here we go. We already have Macy's alongside as well. Let's keep this party going. This is how we do it on Trader TV Live. Thanks for joining, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, already got a break in that CCL as well, so that's trying to take the top off here. Uber looks like it's going to be running away from us. I don't see the short unless we get into that resistance. We're still in the money on GNUS, and considering where we need to reload if we're going to be playing this trend trade, guys, it just popped in to 72. I like 75 a little bit better, but you're looking for this flush at 68. If it happens, you're looking for about 60 as a bit of a target there to get out in front. That was that pre-market bottom. So GNUS already working for us. CCL still holding at about flat. Dropbox very, very close to that 2280 area that we're talking about for a break. So alert to Dropbox there. If it fails, you might want to be trying a short, but there's the break on Dropbox. I actually just missed it. Let's see if we can get hit on the bid here. My stop did not get in. We'll see if we can get a little bit more aggressive there. Not sure how we managed to miss that one on Dropbox. You can see me aggressively trying to catch that bid 3 separate times on the break of Dropbox. Finally get a fill there. Now we're going to look to see if we can hold 2270 on DBX.
I never thought like staring $2 in the face and not taking it would be a smart move, but it just happened again. Dropped all the way down to 124.50. Guys, you got. If it's Roku's too wild for you, you guys can get out here. There's a huge winner given to you guys, so hopefully you're able to cash in on that one. My SPY trade is not doing anything right now, so we'll have to wait to see what this market wants to do. That 2880 has been a key level, so I just hope we don't really test that again to the downside. But the market again on unemployment day today, not a good one. Jobs, we saw that 20.5 million jobs lost there, or unemployed, sorry, 14% unemployment rate. So not a great move here for the market today. But okay, Macy's, we are long Macy's right now, 33. I'm looking for some upside targets. I have 37 and then 45 written down. Let's see if Macy's can't get going. Of course, we do need the market to go a little bit for that one. But we got a decent amount of shares here. So Macy's, if I can get some 37s, I will take it. And let's just see what does happen here. If Macy's goes to the upside, give us another name here, Brandon.
Safe, guys. We were talking about this one a little bit yesterday into earnings. You can see big move down after market. This one, big pop at the open there. Huge volume on the print. Came right back up to this little support area, but got rejected. So a little bit of weakness coming into Safe, guys.
Yeah, some weakness coming into Disney. We talked about only wanting it if it was going to make a break down through that 108.60 to 70 area. That looks like it's happening here. So we grabbed the short. 108.57, so right past our target range there, only slipped 3 cents. We're testing 108 even. You know how I like to roll here. We'll take some out in front of the even and look to see if we get a bigger flush. The pre-market low on Disney, 107.74. If that goes, watch out below. Disney, crazy action to the downside here. We're already deep in the money on this nice little move. This is what we called out. We had to see this happen to want the short today, and here comes the pre-market low on Disney. In the money now, 80 cents on that move.
Yeah, good trade on Disney there, and XOM was another one we looked at as well, 45.50 there. We'll see what happens on this if it does touch 45.50. We'll go upside on XOM here. This was that level that we sort of gave to you. Oil not really doing too much. Oil down up 2.5%, sorry. But I do like XOM breaking through 45.50 here on the upside. So we'll wait to see on that one. But right now, yeah, like I said, nothing was really super exciting to me today on this market. We did look at Uber. That's 32 and change. Come crashing back down. Let's see what we can do on this one. I did like the short. I should have looked at it earlier. I didn't even realize what it was doing until just now. This was a great shorting opportunity. I hope you guys shorted it up there. Uber, good look on the short there, guys.
Yeah, and still looking at this slide on Disney, looks like we just barely broke that pre-market low, which is going to have me hang on to this position here. Dropbox is going to stop out, so we'll go gates of hell on that long. We got CCL long, that's in the money here, but barely at that 21 break. We've got GNUS, which we reloaded, that's in the money. We got Disney bouncing back here. I might try to cash some more shares. Now that we've taken profits out in front of 108, if it wants to give me a re-entry point and a pullback, I'll gladly take it. Otherwise, let's fill in this gap, baby. Let's get down through that low and see if we can't test 106 with the market testing that 2900 on the ES. Let's go.
Okay, we're finally into XOM here, 520. Sorry, I was just looking at Macy's. Okay, XOM 550. Nice little run here, 45.50. We're up 10 cents right now. It's a scalper's dream if you want the 10 cents, but we're going to wait to see a little bit more. We get as high as 63 on that one. We can't fight this market for too long, though, guys. You can see the market is tank city right now, but we're going to wait to see if that can come back in. 45.60, we may take some out here on XOM if we can. Here it comes to the top side now. XOM moving around here, guys. Nice little trade on this one, but it looks like our level 2 is messed up here on XOM, so I don't know if we're having some quote problems here, guys.
Yeah, I'm just sort of looking at making sure I look at the actual tape and the prints to see what's going on in these names, guys. Look at Twilio off of the open if you want to believe this. $3 moves up and down. It's all over the place. Let's let this one settle in here. I was looking at this in the pre-market. I had 167.70 as a level. If it gets back up there, it looks like that's going to be a decent pivot point, but I can't keep giving you this name if you're not going to be taking it. GNUS, as usual. Look, man, you just short one of these things when they get back to penny stock status, and then you're a happy camper. I talked about the reload again at 72, 73. It gave you another entry point. I just took some more shares out at 65. So that's the third time we're taking some 10% gains on this stock. Twice in the pre-market, and now here off the open. I'm still hanging on for that move down to 60. If it breaks that, this could be an interesting run to the downside. Disney is still working for us. Like I said, I want to hang on to this, see if we can fill in more of this gap. Short here at 108.57. It's testing 107 even. We've had $1.50 on it, but since we've already taken some profit, I want to see if we can slide even further as this market is selling down on a Friday here.
Yeah, we're short Uber as well right now, finally, 32.50. Let's see if that one can cash in. Our Roku trade, still that dollar now in the money. It goes all the way to 128. We're going to wait to see if this one can come back down here as you're seeing the market fall. So nice little trade here happening on Roku, but we had this one from the beginning, so not much to look at here. XOM has fallen down. We're 20 cents out on that one. If the market can rally, then maybe this one can too, but right now oil, as you guys can see here, oil, this is this little small chart I have here, down. It broke through 24. So oil's trying to get back. Obviously, we have to wait on XOM to do that. What's up, Brendan?
Big mover from yesterday, guys. National Vision, I on the NASDAQ here. We went all the way down to about 19 yesterday and then clawed its way all the way back to 24.5. Trying to get back above 25 here on decent volume again, reported yesterday, but day after kind of idea here for National Vision moving higher. Guys.
Thanks out there, Brendan. Trying to move higher, but sort of failing is going to be Twilio. So I see it continuously fail at these levels. It's 167. I liked 167.70. I feel like with the market sliding down here, my only shot to get in is to maybe get a little bit more aggressive. It's $1 away from the price that I really, really liked. So we might not get a chance for it to spike. So I have to start a smaller position than we liked to maybe take some Twilio here and then just give it to the 167.70. So you risk $1 to $1.50. You want to take a shot that it's going to slide down for you, like our Disney's in the money, about $1.20. Brendan, what do you have for us?
This one's been moving over the past couple of days, guys. Riot Blockchain back to the upside again today, 15%. They announced the purchase aftermarket. You can see a little spike here of a whole bunch of new mining equipment for blockchain purposes, guys. Riot moving higher.
All right, Riot. Yeah, that stock's a riot for sure. Okay, 250. Let's just wait to see here what Uber's going to do. We did average in again there. Not again, our first time here. These little purple ticks here are short sells. So we're going to see Uber's bouncing around, man. I mean, this stock is violent and wild. So we're going to wait to see if it comes back above 33. Then we'll tap out of some of these shares. But like I said, if I believe in the short, I kind of got to stick with it, right? So we're going to wait on that one. Okay, our XOM trade, unfortunately, comes all the way down here to 45.14, and we get out of half of that position, so that's a loser. So we'll flush ourselves down on XOM, but we're still holding half in hopes that we can get back going. And again, we did have some quote issues. It did go up as high as 65 there on the initial break, but that's okay. We're down here. That's a quick little 30-cent loser on XOM, so hopefully not more to come on that one. Macy's dropping a little bit. We're out of the money 3 cents here. Not a big one, but this is another position that we have. Roku keeps bouncing around. I don't know, man. Maybe I'll put an order at 125.50 here and see what we could do on Roku, but I thought it would be a downward spiral. We did take a nice little $2 winner. We're still in the money on Roku. It's 60 cents, but I do think that we have some downside here. Maybe I'll slip an order here, 125.20, get out of a little bit of this, and then see if we can't fall back down here on Roku.
Just got rejected on the Twilio short, not so much on Disney. We're looking for an out on this Disney trade. We've gotten to this 107 mark, and look, there's a little bit of support coming in here. So for me, I talked about wanting about $1.50 to $2 on this trade. If we fail to get through here, I just see the futures trying to crest back above this 2,900 mark. I'm going to take it off. Like Sean mentioned, there's some quote issues. So one of the things you want to make sure is your executions are correct and the prices that you're getting. For me, we find resistance at 107. It filled in a good size of this gap here. You can see we caught that nice little break in Disney. We were only interested in below that 107, so that 108.60 price. Once it broke, we took the short, got 57s. Very fortunate not to be slipped very far. You take some profit out in front of that 108 mark, and then get the massive win there for the $1.50 winner on Disney. We'll take it as it punches through that bottom. Brennan, what do you have for us?
I have a little earnings name, guys. Camping World Holdings here, 24% to the upside, broke 13 and immediately bounced back above. Looks like it wants to start moving higher here. 13 was a bit of resistance after market. Earnings were decent. They provide support and manufacturing services to the recreational vehicle industry. Guys.
All right, Uber, let's go, Uber. I've got you. I hope we've got this. Uber, hopefully to the downside now. We're going to see if we can't celebrate a nice little decent win here. If Uber does finally come back down to the downside here, this was well against us. We used 33 as an out, but now we start getting faded back in. Let's just hope that this is the trade that we think it is. With Uber coming to the downside here, it just bounces off 50. We did capture some profit there. Our short is 55, so these outs were right there, 45, 55. So let's see. Uber needs to come down here if we're going to catch this one. But yeah, it looks like Uber can fade through. If we can get this break, guys, we could have a monster. I'm just praying that we can break through 32.40. Then we'll be hitting the cowbell.
Speaking
like
of
crazy.
breakthrough, Beyond Meat with a $4 flush just came all the way back. V-shaped move here right off of the open, and it's difficult to look at this and not think two things. One, if it's breakout through the top, I know some people are looking for bullish sentiments there, Greg. 124 would be that break, but if it's going to fail, though, you take one shot at the rollover, reverse to the long. That's going to be my play, but I have to try this jumping into the short side, as it just has a parabolic sort of downward and plus action here. I can use that pre-market high as an out. I slipped in there at 122.84. I'll see if I can catch some more on the way down. It's such an obvious little stop there at 124 even. So 122.84 is our first short. We'll see if we can get some more shares on the way back in.
Yeah, guys, and that's the thing. And look at this, guys. Once again, there's another floss. We take it off on Roku. We still have a third left. The third's going to be the home run play. I have no more bids out. Let's just see what happens here. Roku short 126.28, out 124.60. Out again 120. I told you we put a bid here and get out 125.17. Now let's hit the home run. So we're going to go bearish on Roku right now. Here we go, guys. Big win now on Roku coming through here. $1.41 in the money. Oh yeah, and Uber. Screw you, Uber. Uber coming to the downside, and bang, we cash in the money. It goes home run central here. Let's just keep going on Uber. We look at these outs, guys. 32s. 36s. Now we hold. Let's see if this dream can come true to the downside here on Uber, guys. This could be a monster trade. We're short 50 right now. We've got Roku $1.10 in the money. Everything's cashing out. Let's just keep going. Uber to the downside. Breaking now even more, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, and just got into that beyond, like we mentioned. The spread is opening up for you guys that are watching here, 20, 40 cents at a time. So you do want to make sure you're with the momentum. I'm not going to be adding until I see that real slide downside, guys. I wanted to retrace that 123, and then we're going to jump into some more shares here. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Another one we were looking at yesterday, guys. VUSI here, another 31%. Big move to the upside yesterday. They're known as the Zoom of the medical industry. Talking about some glasses now, some tech that doctors can wear to monitor patients remotely. So a nice look for VUZI again today, guys.
Nice.
Once again, your little
This is a big
VUZI.
one, guys. This is a big trade here. GBTC looking at Bitcoin long here, out a little bit there as well. Roku, big trade happening, guys. Everything is nice. Uber, look, we shorted again. Short in here. So we've been cashing in on Uber. We still did this thing to go down if we're going to be monsters today. I think we can get it, but Uber to the downside. Macy's to the upside. Here we go. Your boy is in this one as well. We just offered 37s there. This is a nice little long that we have. Check the positions below. Everything is cashing in right now. Roku back to the upside though. Look at my XOM. XOM came all the way back as well. We're going to wait to see if this one can't get some juice going to the upside. But yeah, nice little day here, especially if you crash Uber. Get down and let's see what happens here. Big trade alert on Uber, guys. Hopefully this keeps going.
Yeah, you guys are watching MGNX. I just told you all about that FBIO in the pre-market. Brendan had it as well. This is a level we like, that 250. Working into that trade. The reversal was at 124 and beyond on BYND. We did talk about how obvious that pre-market high looked to us. So we tried the short in front. We reversed to the long. Now, once again, it's got upside here. So beyond, this is a similar play to what we did yesterday, reversing into the long. If it breaks 125 even, just have a quick look at the daily chart. You saw the hard rejection when it tried to get to that 130, but 125 has some juice to get back to that resistance point, guys. So watch beyond me. It looks like it's trying to make a run with the market rebounding here.
Yeah, it's just so funny because now, yeah, like I'm long Macy's, I'm long XOM, but I'm short Uber. So Uber is really the play for me here that we're trying to play. I'm not even worried about the market. I see the market's going up. Imagine if this market falls, guys, what kind of money we'll be into here on Uber. So I hope you guys like this. I'll be tweeting this out. I love this Uber play. Let's just keep going to the downside here. We are now short only 28s, so you can have it with me right now if you want. We've cashed in on Uber a lot already. So let's just wait to see if this dream can continue here. If we get down below 32, guys, I'm going to punch more short.
Okay,
so.
you guys want. I'll hit the floss. That's the second time you asked for it. We'll go for it there, Marcus. We hit the floss off. We talked about that 124 break. 125 broke as well on Beyond Meat. So you get the move to the upside. Hey, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that subscribe. We want to see if Sean can get those waffles. I think waffles are the play for tomorrow. We'll see if he gets that breakfast in bed from the kids. Do not disappoint those cute kids, guys. That's unacceptable. Brendan, what do you have?
Guys, gold moving a little bit here this morning. Had a huge volume spike come in there on GLD. We had a nice move to the upside yesterday on this one. Kind of topped out around this 162 though. GLD obviously an ETF, but huge volume spike there in gold markets, guys.
All right. I'm just trying to regroup a little bit here, just in case Uber doesn't go 32.60 or so. May have to be an out. I'm going to wait maybe 32. What did I just put it in at there? I put a stop order in at 30. I've got to find it. 32.76. So just above 75 here. Oh yeah, that's where the VWAP is here on a 1 minute chart. So we're going to try to cash in on the low side, but again, I'd rather revisit it if we do break the low again. So we've been right. It's my biggest stock today. Uber's been on fire. We've crushed it. It's monstrous. It's just we have to wait to see here. I'm not going to die on a sword for Uber, but we will get out if it breaks above 32.75. Until then, let's just try to get more. There it is. We just took some more out there. So it's a disco ball on Uber as we just continue to go. Let's see what we can do on the downside now as we're continuing to move here. I need that 32 to break. I still like it if we break it down. Uber up 4% today. I think it's too much. We were up 11% yesterday. I would love to get back in this area, 31.60 or so. Then it would be a dream and we'll just stop trading and have more fruit salad. But right here, 31.80 coming down to the downside here for Uber. I have four positions. Macy's, Roku, SPY, Uber, and XOM, guys. But Uber is the big one for me. XOM still hovering around. It's not gotten back. It got back to where we got in. I didn't get out. Maybe XOM, I need to drop this one. Not really moving the way I thought it would.
Beyond Meat, guys, 126, easy peasy, beautiful, whatever you want to call it. 124 was the break long price. I'm out of that puppy. We got our $2 on that move. One name that we haven't gotten to in a little bit here that's making another move to the upside is Boeing. Boeing, guys. It's definitely definitely a name to watch. 135.50, a bit of a top. So Boeing making a bit of a run here, but I'm monitoring FBIO in small cap. If you guys are watching this at 250 is where I like that short. It's done a couple mil shares here, so we're going to continue to work this short position in front of that key price. GNUS, if you missed this one, I don't know how you could have. We talked about it many times here at that 73, 74 mark in front of 75. It's still holding below this nice little 70 range. I've been able to get a lot of shares out in the 66 to 65 range for that nice little 10% return. Still looking to hold on for a bit of a bigger move here on that name. I think it'll be a good one. Another one that I think we got to grab here, that MITT. Massive recovery here. It's still down 23%, but it just broke out through $2. I'll be now looking to see if it can fill in this ridiculous gap on any kind of a pullback play. So I like it pulling back into, say, $1.95, $2 range. MITT, big time mover, and still doing crazy volume here.
Yeah, we're still on this Uber. We just take some more profits out there. 18s. I mean, look at this. Short, short, short again, short again. Bang! There it is. Gets out at 14 there. Hit the cowbell, guys. This is big. The reason why I'm looking at this, look, I still have XOM, I still have SPY, I still have Roku, and we still have Macy's, but our biggest capital spot here is Uber. We don't talk about it in the pre-market for nothing. I'm taking this trade here. This is the trade I'm on. Let's just see. I still like 32 break. I'm sitting here at 32.14, which is basically the low of the day. Here it comes. Come on, 32.14. Let's see if we can't get triggered out there on our bid. The market is moving today. 0.84. We were up a lot more. It's that dirty jobs number. Okay, here we come back upside again. Uber's just bouncing around here. Really glad we took that last out. What's up, Larry?
Hello, dear viewers, and welcome everyone who just joined us. Wow, more than 1,500 viewers with us. Guys, subscribe to our channel. We are live every day for free. Also, as Sean was mentioning before, his kids said that if we reach 14,000 subscribers today, and we are very close, they will bring him breakfast in bed tomorrow. Guys, you know that Sean is working really hard for you and giving you all of his energy and advices for trading, names he trades and cashing out. Also, someone on the chat even wrote, are they trading and speaking at the same time? I'm confused. Yes, guys, that's true. And can you imagine how hard is that? And guys, do that for you because we're trying to build a trading community. Subscribe to our channel and hit the thumbs up. Also, shout out to Levi for his super chat. Guys, if you don't know, super chat is a new feature of YouTube where our viewers can pay in order to pin their comment or question. Well, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. See you later.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely, it's all about that subscribe there. Hey, you guys, Peloton was a big mover yesterday. Flushed off the open about $3.50, but watch out for this afternoon bottom at 43 even. That's what I like to fade in front of if we get the chance here. Brendan, what do you have for us, bud?
Just watching Veristem, guys. We had a big move on this one 2-3 days ago, but they actually reported this one, another one with vaccine ties, so big volume coming in to VSTM here, guys, up 4% today.
VSTM worth a look, but a big parabolic move like I just mentioned in Peloton. Once this one rolls over, you know what I'm apt to be doing here, testing that short. 43.50 was a pre-market level. I think you can certainly use that. It's a breakout above. Otherwise, you take a short in front with a tighter stop. If it breaks above, you make that money back, reversing to the long trade. GNUS continues to slide in the money if you got that short. We're still short at 72 on that one, so we love this trade, and we're going to hang on to it. It gets down to that 60 mark. We're going to reload in front of 75 all day, just scouting on Peloton right now.
Yeah, we're going to watch this. Uber just making a big move back up here. So we're going to get out some if it breaks above 60. There it is. I averaged in a little bit here. We still have this 32.70, 75 level here. Look, we're going to be up on Uber. It's fine. But we are still waiting. I'm still waiting to hit that home run. I mean, we've been hitting home runs. It's all good. But I want more. I mean, I'm not trying to take 20, 30 cents here. I want a bigger move. I want this down to 32 and change. We averaged in our average price 32.34 right now. I may short again here on Uber as it's looking pretty good. Macy's still, guys, we're long at 33. I thought this would go. I still think it has a chance, but with the futures going up and this one not really going now, we're just trying to take some off here on Macy's. So if this one could just get going here, I'll take some out 35, 36, 37, maybe best case scenario on that one. Okay, here comes Uber back to the downside. So we averaged in there. We took that average off here. So we still are hella short. Let's see if Uber wants to make this happen back down here to 32. $32. That would be pretty sweet. But right now, Macy's, Roku, SPY, XOM, and Uber. 4 longs, 1 short here. Thank you for all the subscriptions, guys. Yeah, we do need that breakfast in bed today. And my wife sent me another picture. Here we go. This is the cool cats right here. You can see, whoa, that's too zoomed in here. But I don't know how to zoom out. There we go. Look at this helmet, guys. They're scooting, riding here, sticking their tongues out. I don't know. That's the picture she said. So let's get it over to Brendan. What's up, bud?
Another little one to have a look at, guys. EROS regaining compliance today, up 10% on that news. Huge volume to deal with as well. This one had a nice spike and a run up yesterday to $3. If we get anywhere near $3, might be a significant level, guys.
Let's go, Uber.
Speaking of significant levels, Disney's almost back at that significant level we were using for the short earlier. So we got basically almost bottom wick here at that 107 out. It's trying to get back to that 108, 60 to 70 range that we like to the short side. When this rolls over, you know we're going to take a shot at the short on this. I know you guys are watching some square action. Of course, that was a big mover yesterday as well. It's basically flat in the session, but that's not going to be the story. It just bumped back up and failed at 74.60. So you see the exact same pattern in Square, Disney, and I was just watching it as well in Peloton, all rolling over with the market here. I kind of like Disney the best. That's where we went to the well the first time on the short. This is where I'm going to jump back in.
All right, guys, here we go. This is the dream right now. Uber coming down. We just took some out. 32.08. We've called this one. I've given this one to you. Bang! Breaks through 32. Uber to the downside, guys. Let's take some of this off. Big move down here on Uber. There's the dream. This is why you watch the show, guys. Giving you the big trades here. Uber, we crushed this one to the downside. Congratulations. Happy Friday. Uber for the win. It's a floss. There it is. The big names moving for you. You take the shares. You get paid off. Uber for the win. Hello, guys.
Yeah, just a small, nice little 10% gain on FBIO here, guys. Once again, you watch our VWAP video. Make sure you check it out. We've got our page, Market Wisdom. We have a short sell video. We got a VWAP video. Using both of those today to catch a short on this little small cap. Brendan talked about 250. I mentioned that level as well. It tries to break the volume weighted average price at that mark. Fails. We're going to get some out in front of the low of day. That's that 225 mark, 221. If that gets taken out, I'll have half my position still. Looking for the gap retracement. It was a 209 close yesterday. That would give you an even better return, 15 to 20%. That's a secondary play, but we're reloading in front of 250 and we're shorting all the way through as long as that level holds. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
Another one we've traded many times on the show, guys. CTSH here down 4% after earnings. You can see they reported aftermarket yesterday, but just got back above 56 there. Was a little bit of a problem, and we're breaking above 56. So long way to go to 59 where we were yesterday, but nice look here for CTSH, guys.
Yep, I'm just writing some notes to some of
Uber
our viewers
just took
here.
the bottom out, guys. I was basically waiting for one trade here, and maybe there was some rollover opportunities like we're taking in Disney and some of these other pop-ups, but I did like that 31.90 area, so I'm going to test it here. You could be also playing VWAP, like I said. You can do VWAP retracements work both ways. You can short in front of it, or you can catch it on a failed break. So either one that you want to do, I think is going to be good. Uber looking like it's continuing that downward trend. I got to go back over to Disney because this is approaching our target area. We did slide in some shares on the way up. This was the turn point here, 109. So we have our level that we like for a price at 60 to 70. I got in early, so we have 37. This is where you want to work the trade to make sure your risk parameters is what you want. I got to get my price into that 60-70 range if I'm adding again. So patience is going to be the name of the game here. I don't want to jump in at 108, 20 or 30. We're going to let it get up to that 109, slide back down, jump in, and get that VWAP retrace, guys.
And guys, thanks for all the love on the chat. I mean, seeing people saying Uber is perfect, great trade, yada yada. So yeah, man. I mean, that's what we do. You do the work and you just really trust it. We have a lot of fills here. I mean, it's just these are decent amount of share sizes, right? So that's why when you scalp them out, you get a little excited because every single time you're getting out, you're cashing in. So it's been a big trade here on Uber. Needless to say, that probably the biggest stock by net wise that we have today. So good trade for Uber. I hope you guys are having some fun with us for sure today. I see Twilio on the move up here. I know, Neil, you tried that. We didn't have shortable shares. I think you said, wow, Twilio, okay.
That was during our quote issues. I literally put an order out and crossed $1 because our quotes were messed up. Oh, sorry, I just missed an Someone was asking, are we talking and trading? Yeah, we're talking and trading, and then there was that little roll that you just saw in Disney here. If you're looking at my chart, looking to try to scout this one on the way back in. Again, it's easier to miss a trade if you're trying to catch it with the momentum as opposed to jumping in front of the sword. I try to jump in front of the sword in the first half. The second half we wanted to catch on the way down, just missed it through 50 there, guys. So we do have the short on here. It's 108.37. However, we wanted 60 or 70 is our price. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. Hey, but you know what? We already had a $1.50 winner on this one. Let's see if we can't rip a buck off, or at least a 60 to 80 cent winner on our secondary play here in Disney.
Yep. Okay, guys. Yeah, good look there. Yeah, Twilio, I was looking at that one. I'm embarrassed to tell you guys, I'm long this stock like $40 or something like that. So 174. I think I'm going to cash out at the end of this day here. But Twilio, nice little move up once again today. You guys saw the move yesterday. It was monstrous. I think it was up 40-something%. If we drop this down to like a 10-minute chart, you saw what it was doing. Look at this move, guys. 121. Then they report and bang to the upside, 175. That high yesterday, this is what I'm looking at for today. 176.64. It looks like that's going to be obviously an all-time high. Jeff Lawson was on CNBC yesterday. Our friend Kevin O'Leary was calling him one of the best CEOs of all time. I don't know about that, but 176.49. My call, maybe Jamie Dimon. 176.50. We could blow that off for Twilio. So look for that right here. 0.87% right now to the up to the north side for that one. Macy's not doing anything, guys. This is one that, again, I've gotten out of, and I have half my position, but Macy's not doing much. It was an early trade. It happened first wick here, so that's why we didn't get too much in. If it would have broke higher, we would be more into this one, but we'll get out if it breaks down below 525, guys.
Someone was asking about Beyond Meat 130. Just go to that daily chart. You're going to see that 130 level, but you see these peaks here? That's 130.17. This one here is 131.76. So yeah, you got some resistance and 135, but it's a chop range here, guys. You want to make sure it travels up in, and then you test that level. For me, I got a few big shorts on already. Disney, it's a bit of a bungle. I try to give you that price level. We did. My price is a 108.37. It should be 60 or 70 like we talked about. But here comes 130 on Beyond Meat. I wouldn't touch it until it breaks through and then fails back down. You're seeing a parabolic move to the upside. We caught some of it, but look at it continue to go. It's 10 o'clock. What's happening now, Brendan?
A little wholesale inventories number is happening now, to be honest. Down 0.8% looks like last month versus a 1% decline expected. So that's wholesale inventories in the U.S. Here's a look at North American markets, guys. Nice Friday. Nice way to end the week, even with that jobs number this morning. 1.2% for the S&P. The Dow, 1.4%. Tech stocks here lagging a little bit today. Just went underneath that 1% mark. So 0.9% for the NASDAQ. The Russell having a nice day. Some of the small caps catching a bid today, up about 2% on the session. TSX here in Toronto, 0.75%. We saw a number of the energy companies pretty muted today. Gold stocks moving around. Going to show you one in a second. Down in Brazil, like to check in on the BOVESPA. 2% day on Friday for the BOVESPA. If you're trading here in Toronto, Afria getting a little bit destroyed today, to say the least. 6%. Big sell order at the open here. 510 all the way down to 470. Look at the volume that came in on the sell side for Afria. Cannabis stocks very weak. BTO, this is a little gold stock. We mentioned gold moving higher. This one had earnings down 1.4%. You can see volume to the downside today for B2B. The last one I wanted to mention here was TD. TD Bank, some of the banks actually gapping higher this morning, but immediately getting sold back to basically where it was yesterday afternoon. Not a lot of volume in the banking group here in Toronto, but very weak off of the open as well, guys. Hit the subscribe today. We need to get to that 14,000 mark. Help us out. Let's go back to the guys.
100%, guys. Get to that 14,000. You talked about some weakness. Disney continues to be weak. It does roll back through VWAP, which is what we're looking for. Runs away from my order here down at the 107.60. There was an iceberg. We're sitting at that level, unable to catch a fill. But we got a nice little trend happening in Disney. Hopefully you guys were involved. We talked about 108.60 to 108.70. That was the price target range. It slid in there and gave you a couple of minutes to build a position, and then before coming back and retracing. So, there was your dollar win if you wanted it. Of course, I didn't get the price I liked, so I'm still hanging on to my position. I never got the full load anyway, so we'll see if we can get a little bit more to the downside on Disney. We are playing a little bit with house money, which is fine. I'll go back to this small cap name, that FBIO. Really starting to level off here at that 225 mark, so we'll continue to slide out of shares. Like I did mention, however, you're going to see me in position for roughly half of my shares here if you catch a break at 225. That's the bigger move that you're looking for, so you want to make sure you got something on board to take advantage of it. That's always the name of the game. You got to pay to play sometimes, and having a winner on is fantastic, but if you're anticipating a bigger move, you don't always want to take everything out there. Just leave yourself some wiggle room to have that bigger gain. That's what we're trying here in FBIO. If you see me level off some of these shares.
Yeah, good FBIO. I haven't looked at that one myself. 108.30 here. Disney, we're going to go long if it breaks above 108.30. So we're going to wait to see what that one wants to do. It's right now just bumping up on VWAP here. That was a great move all the way down there. I know Neil caught that one, but 108.30 here. Let's just see what the futures want to do, man. We're still bouncing around 2,900 here on the S&P. I have the 20-cent winner on the SPY, but we're going to wait on that one as well. Uber, look, guys, if it breaks through 32.50, we'll get out. I did reload here, 32.30, then got some out in the teens again. So it's just been a good reload back and forth here. Like we reload here, get out down here. This 32 break never really accelerated too much. So that's a spot where if that was the only trade you made, you're probably caught there. So that's not good. There it goes, breaks through 32.50. So we are out of Uber. I just want to make sure I don't have any more orders here to get out of that one. So Uber's been a good one for us today. I don't need to tell you that. So we're going to find our little Uber guy here and hit it, and we'll be back on this trade. I'll probably still continue to short it. Just going to find some good levels for you guys on Uber, and that's about it, man. XOM right now still trying to get back to this level up on the upside. BABA's at 200, which might be nice. Alibaba.
Yeah, giddy up. That MITT stock, I know some of you are watching. It's starting to level off here at $2. If it's going to make a secondary push, now it's down 27%. Let's keep that in mind here. But if it's going to make a secondary push, even getting to 220, if you can catch 5-10% return, you do have a level here at the evens you can work from. There's a bit of size on the bid for some support there if you want to take a larger position. Brennan, what do you got for us, buddy?
On that MITT, guys, we didn't get to that one in the pre-market. That's a REIT, real estate investment trust. They updated some of their commercial portfolios after market yesterday, and obviously wasn't good given the situation. So that's the reason MITT is all over the place. I wanted to mention this one, solar name, SPWR, SunPower, 13% after earnings, guys. Earnings were better than expected, got back above 8 here recently, looking like a bit of a support level for SunPower, guys.
Okay, so I'm going to try my hand here. We just talked about that 2-even area. You're talking about how you can go long sometimes on a pullback, which is what I'm trying to do. And obviously, it's gapping down. It's a stock that's down 27%, but it is up significantly since the open. So catching the first pullback would have been fantastic. The second one actually didn't even get to VWAP and had trouble breaking 2-even. So I'm just going to use that as a bit of a tight stop here to try the long in MITT, guys. So we're going to work this one out. I think there's a lot of room to run here. I like the risk to reward. It's not an endorsement of the stock or the space. I just like the setup here when we get this nice little trade. I did get some more out there of FBIO. I've now gotten everything that I want in front of 225. Once we break down, and here we go. I got to get over to this name quickly because I didn't think it would move this fast, but it just took out that key level that 225 for me. So this is the flush I was looking for. We're short here at 243.5. Now we're taking shares out at 220. 209, the ultimate target, yesterday's close. Let's see if we can fill the gap all the way in on this stock. It's not every now and then you get a full retracement on these plays, but when they start to happen, you got to take advantage of them, guys.
Yep, take advantage. Oh, Roku, I saw someone ask about Roku. Yeah, we got out of that last bit. I mean, I wish we would have gone long. Here's our short on Roku. Catch $2, catch another $1.50, and then that was 126, out 129. So it's about a flat on Roku. We did hammer it, obviously, on the open, but then look at this. Way back to the upside as the futures now bouncing. Wow, Roku only minus 3%. Big trade there if anyone was long. So we were able to get flat there on Roku. And yeah, so we basically scratched that trade. Thanks for asking about that one. We did reload though. We are reloaded on Uber. You can probably see my short now 32.37. So nicely back into the money on this name. name here. We did get stopped out again. I guess I must have put my order at the wrong spot here because it didn't even go to VWAP, but we stopped out anyways. But here comes Uber back to the downside. Nice little winner here. Slap shot trading for for Uber. Sorry. Bang! Here we go to the downside. A nice little 20-cent win here on Uber. That's it. Now we're fading back down. Okay. Just wish we never got stopped there, but whatever. Reload, reload, reload. So we pay the price here for a little bit of pain. We get back in. We take out 16s. That's another 30-cent winner for you right there. So Uber back on the side of positivity here for the trade, but we'll see. Brendan, give us another name, bud.
Another earnings name, guys. We mentioned this one in the pre-market. Little real estate website. Zillow up about 9%. This was one of those ones. Very, very little volume in the pre-market, but look at how clean this move has been, guys. 52 up to 53 now. $1 move there in a straight line for Zillow, guys.
Yeah, that's moving up, but watch the futures coming back to the upside. I see that little trend happening, and I get this Disney trend I talked about. You can get 50 to 80 cents. We end up taking the 50, not the 80, as we're leveling off here in Disney. We'll throw the disco ball action on for our second short on Disney. We got $1.50 the first time. This time you're happy to take 50 cents. I should have had a better price. I did mention 60s to 70s. I ended up with 40s. A little bit of lazy action there, but when you watch this consolidation with the futures going up, good place to take profit. It doesn't mean there isn't a secondary short or a third short in the cards for that name. Just one note, we did talk about that FBIO bouncing back immediately to that 225 mark, so I did take a few shares off when it tried to get there. We want to continue to play this trend. One way to do that is short the pop. If it gets to that 235 to 40 mark, you can jump back into some shares. Otherwise, if you're not taking them off, you might want to just happen to hold. If you are taking profits, that's a good reason why you can load back up and then work in and out of the range when you got that direct market access. It allows us to be very active in our trading. For some of you, sell and hold. That's also working just as well here.
Yeah, exactly. We just got out of our Macy's, so that's okay. We'll miss the boat and fall in that hole, but Macy's big winner for us, obviously, the last couple of days, but there it goes, breaking through 525. I'm going to ho-hum that one. We thought it would be bigger, but it wasn't, and that's that. That's why we got out here. We were holding a flyer down here for 525, so we'll wait to see if we can't get more off that trade eventually. But right now, guys, it's all about Uber. We're in the money now, 30 cents on this trade. And it's been all about Uber all day for me today. So, and that's what sometimes it is like that. I noticed yesterday, focusing on a few names got us tons of money. So we're going to do the same today and look at Uber just continue to fall. I still look at this $32 and hopefully we get back there. I'm pretty positive we will. 32 even. We're short right now, Uber, 32.40. So we'll see. It's like I said, it's a nice little 20-cent winner. Looking for more on this name, however. Uber has been the play for me today. XOM bouncing around. I mean, look at this. Like, doesn't get any more flat than this today on XOM. We tried the breakout. We did get it. If you took some profit there, it crashes down. We get out of half, and now we're just kind of ho-humming this one. But for the win right now is Uber, not XOM, guys.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this Beyond, which got to 130 and turned around, but that's not a huge pullback yet. It's really consolidating about $1.50 to $1 away from that high. Still showing some signs of strength. I just feel like, if the market tests back to that low, being the low this morning, 91.20 there on the NASDAQ, and the ES were ways away from that 28.96. Now, it might be an opportunity to take a bit of a short through 128 even. However, you get this little of a retracement and then another test of that high of the day. Yeah, that looks like a break to me. And apologies, I did see someone ask that question in the chat, but there's your answer. I think you got to take a shot at that breakout. Just how shallow that retracement's been, you got to take a shot there. But it's 10-10, and I see some upgrades and downgrades on the board. Let's go to Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, a few interesting names on this board today, a couple of which we've already talked about and already traded a few times, but let's have a look at upgrades and downgrades. My screen, guys, apparently is frozen at this point, but Uber, there we go. Uber is on this board. Uber to the upside, obviously. We've looked at that. OGE, nice move after earnings. Liberty Global, Arrowhead as well, all in positive territory. To the downside, nothing really significant. We were looking at this one earlier in the week. MRO having a nice day, obviously oil higher. marathon there to the upside after catching a downgrade as well. Uber, yeah, that's the big one today. 4+% still in positive territory, coming off the highs here, obviously, but did test that 33 and fail earlier. So looks like 32 support right now for Uber after the upgrade. Square not doing a heck of a lot. Big mover from yesterday to the upside. Typical, they get a downgrade after a big move up, but still trying to hold this 74, 73 area as support for Square. Hit the subscribe button, guys. We got to get to 14,000. Help us out with that. Let's go over to Valeria.
Thank you, Brandon. Hey, dear viewers. Welcome everyone who just joined our live show. Subscribe. We are live from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Also, guys, some of you on the chat ask, guys, can you teach me to trade as fast as you do? Well, that's why we are here. Subscribe to our channel. And also, guys, if you want to learn something, you need to surround yourself with that and study constantly. Neil and Sean have a more than 30 years of combined experience in day trading. So follow our show and subscribe to our educational channel, Market Wisdom by Trader TV Live. We already have videos there on what VWAP is, how to short sell, and we are preparing a lot of more content. We are relatively new on YouTube, just around 2 months. So guys, and we already have almost 14,000 subscribers. Subscribe now and support trading community. We are doing that to improve your trades and make you a better profitable trader. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
There goes Beyond Meat through that 130. I didn't get triggered in there. I don't know why. We just talked about this 2 seconds ago, how it was a break, a couple of minutes ago, through 130. It was just such a shallow retracement play that you had to feel like it was going to test the top. I know some of you guys got that one, so fantastic on that trade. Quick little dollar move. Look, I still like it. If it fails up here at some point, that 128 could come into play again, and that should be interesting. Someone just asked me about MITT. I do have that position, like I said here. Again, it's just long in this consolidation. If it holds the bottom at 2 even, 198, whichever one you want to call it, there's a nice room to this 220 mark and even breaking higher. Down 27%. It's not a lot of risk to be able to put this long trade on. So that's what we think about MITT. Not a heck of a lot of past that. You'll take some shares out in front of that 220. If you get a break, you get a bigger move than that. I'll probably have 2/3 out in front and then look for a bigger move, maybe a retracement into that 240, 250 mark. You don't think it'll always take 100%, but 40, 50% of a retracement is a fantastic look. Brendan, what do you got?
Bounce back here, guys. The Trade Desk earnings name as well. They reported aftermarket yesterday, obviously lower than expected. Big gap down, even with the move down in the aftermarket. But look at this clawback through 300. 300 was resistance in the pre-market. There we're at 310 now for the Trade Desk, guys.
Yeah, it's a good little stock there for sure. Trade Desk. I don't know why we don't trade that a little more often here, but right now I'm trying to get some out of Uber here. I still think 32. I'm stopped now. I'm not going to get out of anything else until we get down to 32, and then we maybe hammer that short as well. Because remember, look at the futures, guys. We're upside on these futures, so that provides a little bit of pressure to Uber, but it's going to trade by itself anyways. 23 million shares and nicely up here for the day. A nice little 4%. I just don't believe it, so we'll move on Uber and come back to that in a minute. XOM now going backside into the money now. 45.52. We had to wait for this one. I'm going to put an order up here. 62, 63. It's not going to be a profitable trade, XOM, today, but we still could get some money out of this one if we do go back upside to here. 45, 62 or so. Guys, subscribe, hit that like button. It should be a good one. Let us know what you guys are getting your mothers for Mother's Day coming on Sunday there, and then hopefully we'll have some pictures for you guys as well. But XOM looking to go upside. Happy Mother's Day to my mother. She often is watching, so if you are, happy Mother's Day. We'll be seeing you on Sunday, although I guess we'll be doing a curbside visit there for that. But here we go. XOM,
but it is a vacation from the doldrums, certainly. Tell your loved ones that you're missing them for sure. I know we can't see everybody, but did you give those shout outs, do those Zoom calls, whatever it is. I was mentioning to you guys, you just talked about XOM, the travel space here, trying to roll over in Carnival. It's trying to hold this little VWAP action here, and if it does do that, I like this bounce back to the upside. So we just bounced through and failed. That's a signal to me to give it a shot. You give it to 15. Second time I'm longing this one with tight stops here. The first time we longed, took a scalp, got back in, and then took a quick little scalp out. So we're going going to try the same approach here in front of VWAP. The market's trying to go upside. I wanted to catch this one on a bit of a break, but I'm only giving it to that teen mark, so only risking 5 cents. Small stop here, but I think it's one of those trades where if it does make a bounce, you're getting a move to that 1440 mark.
Okay, yeah, back over already. Spiders right here, 30 cents now in the money. This is our initial long, couple longs here. We're going to watch this market up 1.26%. The SPY, of course, is the same as the S&P 500. What's up, Brendan?
Waiter Holdings, guys. We were mentioning this one yesterday. Another one of those home delivery food services back to highs. Here they reported pre-market yesterday, better than expected. We're at 250 for WTRH. Look at the volume coming in as we're breaking to new highs here on WTRH. Guys.
All right, I got to cancel some of my stop orders. If you guys are using stop orders, it's about that time right now to see if any of your stocks missed or didn't miss. You may want to cancel some of those orders if you still have them out. Those are stop orders, like conditional orders. Like, you know, if I have an order here to get long SPY, maybe I might have put that in, like, you know, 291.78. I might have put that in earlier. Now you want to regroup and relook at those charts again. So I think that that's definitely something you should do. Neil and I often reminding ourselves to do that because
Sean always reminding me. It's like it's one of those low-key things. When Sean says that, I know it's time for me to check out. One of the biggest things that can happen is you put a downside stop, protecting yourself against a loss. You're trading 5 or 6 stocks at once. It goes in the money like Disney for me, and then suddenly you take the win. Your stop is still out there, and you don't want to be long Disney when it breaks that top because I've been trying to short it. So, you know, we want to make sure they're not in there. Speaking of Disney, still in that consolidation range. This is again why I took that short off. But with the market holding up, you're looking for us to turn around in the overall market, and then you have an opportunity to break to the downside. You guys keep, Marcus, you keep asking about Codex. So, you know what? It's been off my quote board the last few sessions. I'm going to throw the stock up here, and I see why you're talking about it. My play usually on Codex has been shorting it when it's gapping to the downside or when it's retracing some of those parabolic moves. The volume's decent. I don't necessarily see anything too obvious here unless I go to the daily chart, and then you're going to notice this little triple top here at 1580. So we slide to that price, Marcus, and then I'm interested. We fail there, we're all over the short on Codex.
And I just have like way too many orders here. I'm just going to cancel them all. Screw this. Okay, cancel them all and regroup. Okay, right here, guys, Uber. I did switch over to the long now. I feel like it's broken through the VWAP here. It resisted all these bottoms. Uber, big stock today, so we explode the money. But just to let you know, I am reversing long now. Uber, I'm long 32.54. So we are now long on Uber. So that means we've bought the stock. We're putting our capital to work, owning Uber now, trying to see now. We've gotten through a lot of this garbage. It did not break 32. We tried, you guys know we tried that one. We're long 32.54 now. Let's see if we can't go upside and downside here. Here we go. Nice little 10-cent winner. Was 10-cent winner there on the upside of Uber, but we'll wait to see, man. It's trying to break out. Trying. I think we can have a nice little run here if it does go, though. Uber to the upside and see if we can't capture a little bit of profit on this name long now, guys.
Yeah, we try to do our best. I think Julie there, we try to give you guys what our positions are and what we're looking at. So in lieu of that, let's see if we can put the position board up. I just realized I haven't done it yet today. I know it can be tricky to follow along, so 4 positions on right now. I just mentioned getting into Carnival there in front of that sort of 14.15 mark. If it can bounce off VWAP, looking to take some out in front of that 14.40. I also have MITT, that 203 long in front of 2 even. Still short FBIO at 243. Still hovering around that 220 mark, so solid return there. Like I mentioned, I'm looking for a bigger play on the rest of those shares. Already highly profitable on it. In GNUS, yeah, that stays in the money for us. Of course, that 72 short we talked about, we had some 73s as well, but took a lot of that out right off of the open. Several shorts on that name. So 4 positions, 2 long, 2 short for me.
Okay, let's just keep regrouping on Uber and reloading on the downside there. We did take a nice little win there. I told you we would do that. 63s, guys. So nice little 10 cents there on some of them. We still got 2/3 of this trade. Not in love with the long, but I do think we've broken momentum here. So I do like Uber to the long side. We still have XOM. Mind these wicks here. You know, just our chart catching all the D prints. So that's what happens. We like to see all the prints, but sometimes it does affect the charts. 45.60 here. I'm going to put an order for Uber, for XOM, and see if we can't just capture this 10 cents and then see what happens if it runs even more. But it's Brendan time over there. Small cap recap, it looks like, at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, that time. Small cap time, lots of them to talk about or at least look at today. A number of opportunities worth mentioning here. PSTI, probably the easiest one. This was really, really obvious in the pre-market. We had a buyer initially that was sitting here at 1050, ended up being resistance. There was a seller that showed up, just kept refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and refreshing at 1050. And then, yeah, that happened. So a huge move to the downside here. Gave you all kinds of opportunity. This was just before the open. I started getting into this versus this 1050, gave you all kinds of opportunity to have a price above 40. So literally less than 10 cents of risk to try and come up with almost $1 to the downside there on PSTI. So a great look if you were looking short on PSTI today. There was a bit of a buyer that showed up at the bottom down there as well that kind of lifted this thing off of 950 back above 10. So if we get anywhere near that early level, then we'll have a look at that one again. Yeah, let's talk about Codex. I found this one as you guys were talking about it in the chat there. So many names to look at this morning. Missed this one. FDA approval for, or they got approval for their test kit. I believe it was in India for a distribution deal in India. So 1550 up here, kind of the last line in the sand. Above that, this thing's off to the races. 1530 I had from way back when as a resistance point as well. So if we consolidate here, hold 1530 as support, no reason we can't break 1550. Otherwise, if you want to short this thing, you want to see it below 1530, consolidating below 1530, and then look for a break to the downside. So two opportunities, PSTI and CODX in small cap world today. Guys, we got to get to 14,000 on the subscriber mark. Sean's going to get breakfast in bed tomorrow if we get to 14,000. So help out Sean. Let's go over to Valeria.
Oh, sorry, no, we're going to us here, guys. I was just mentioning here about Moderna trying to roll over. It's up 3%, but it failed at 55.40, made a lower high at 55, and then another one here at 55.10, and now at 55. The issue here is you see this 54.40, this nice little pivot area on the way up. It was some resistance. It's broken through and bounced off it twice. That's going to be a key breaking point. If we bounce off it again, it's actually not that much of a retracement play. It's going to be a nice little long into that 55 range. So a bit of a different flavor to what I would normally be saying on a name like Moderna when you see it pulling in here. I think if you caught this first time, fine. If you didn't, you're now looking to see if it bounces off that 54.40 one more time and then maybe catch that little 50 cent to maybe 80 cent winner to the upside. You guys are asking about Beyond Meat. Let's jump over to some Beyond. Such a ridiculous high flyer, of course. Now doing the same setup that it did before at 130, which it makes a top, falls back $1.50, and then maybe can't get any further. Let's see if it actually takes out one of those levels to the downside before you jump into the short. Otherwise, still a very clean upward trend in Beyond Meat. I'm still looking for it to fail at one of those prices. That'll be 130. We're looking to see it can break. So Moderna, 54.40 level. Beyond Meat, 130 level. We're watching here, guys. Very, very close to coming in.
Yeah, well, it is going to come in right now. I'm going to wait, guys, until 128 breaks. So I'm going to be going short Beyond Meat 128, and that will be a good spot, hopefully, for that one. Wow, General Motors. Talk about stock getting lifted here today. I talked about that. Actually, I talked about that in the pre-market. I said GM should be a good play for longer term now because I think people will be buying some more cars and treating the cars as PPE. No one wants to take public transportation anymore, so we're going to look at that one. Okay, here goes Disney putting some to work here again, breaking through 108. That was that little VWAP spot there. So we are now long 108.02. So it does break through 108. We take that long on Disney now. This is a big position. So let's see what happens here as we're going to the moon here, hopefully, with Disney 108 and change. I don't know. I mean, it's got as high today as 109, 109.60. Don't know if we get back there, but if these futures go, I do like this spot on Disney. We got to get through 108.22. Here we go, a quick little 20-cent win. We're going to put some shares here, 108.25. That's right where this wick is, and then see if we can get above the 108.50. Hopefully this can be a nice little runner for you guys here on Disney.
Yeah, and the trend is your friend sometimes. We're going to continue the trend to the downside on FBIO. I keep telling you about this, guys, because you get this break of 225. It just gave a 220 break. I took some out there at 218. 209 is your ultimate line in the sand target. That's what I'm working for. I now only have about a quarter of my position left. We've taken a bunch off. Our average price in here at 240 in front of that 250 mark. So you see these last shares at 243 that we're short. Yes, that's going to show in the money 23 cents. That is that 10% mark that we're looking for. I still want more. I'm being a bit greedy on FBIO because the trend is just so nice and clean, and it's just slowly falling right into my hands here for that short trade, guys. So FBIO is a good one. Brennan mentioned that Codex, of course. At some point, I'm going to probably take a shot at shorting this one. I just need to see a nice little sharper move to the downside, maybe a longer consolidation. Hasn't really made a retest of this top since making it at 1550. And I know Codex, you just want to be sure that it's coming in, and then the money's going to be there for you.
Okay, here's a big win. Hopefully we'll see on Disney. We just took some out there for 25 cents. So again, depending on how much risk you put onto some of these trades, that's a decent one. Let's wait to see, guys. It'll be a nice little win if we get to 108.65 or so. I do have some more shares out here. 108.30. We'll see if we can't capture clean 30 cents on Disney, but I still am hoping for some upside targets here as the futures should be able to get going. Brennan, what you got, bud?
Another earnings name here, guys. This is Turtle Beach. They make sound cards and audio equipment. Moving to the downside, obviously aftermarket yesterday on earnings. This is $10 right here. Big round number, $10. Kind of banging its head against it right now. Still down 14% on the day for HEAR, guys.
All right,
Here,
all right.
definitely a good ticker. I mean, if there's a competition for relevant and quality tickers, here is going to be there. Watching this beyond me, try to get to the downside here. Still in this consolidation range, so it's one of those things you got your short on, you just sort of leave it here. You got to think about where you want to be out. 131, a reasonable area to be out there. Whether you want to put an actual stop order or watch it trade into that range and handle it manually, entirely up to you. With a 20-cent spread, sometimes it's easier to have a hard stop, because if you're trying to actively manage that one with a manual order, that can be definitely tricky. So I've got my eyes on that 131 level. Even if it doesn't work, I'm still going to try at least one more time to be shorting this off that 132, so long as 132 holds. It has to continue to hold that high. If it does not do that, you're going to see me get away from this short retracement play and beyond.
Beyond meat, yeah. I was waiting for that 129, so let's see what happens on that one. XOM, nothing is happening on this. We've dumped most of our shares, so just to regroup on what that is doing here. Disney, again, back into that stock as it comes back downside, so we're going to see what happens here on a Disney break here. Through 33 now, we loaded up some more shares on this break, so we're going to wait to see what does happen here as Disney trying to get going. We've talked about this play a little bit through 108. I take some more shares here through 108.30, and now we're just going to see if these futures can go. I'm still thinking 60s, at least 108.50 here. We've got a big position on, so let's just wait to see what happens here with our Disney call. It could fade back to 108. We may use some of these wicks here, 107.90. I think the ultimate out can be down here, though, 107.76. Maybe even this final wick here, 107.70. But Disney should be a good one. Let's see what we can do with this. But if the market falls, it won't be a winner. But hopefully we get going here. What's up, Miss V?
Hey Sean, and hello trading family. Welcome everyone who just joined us. Subscribe to our channel and catch us live every day. Guys, we are very close to reach 14,000 of subscribers. It's very important for us. You can find subscribe button right under this video. Hit that if you didn't subscribe yet. Also, we are preparing a lot of great and important stuff for you. We are going to start soon sending morning watch list. We are preparing our branded Trader TV Live merchandise, and also we launched the whole new educational channel for our traders beginners. So please subscribe to this channel and hit the thumbs up. We almost reached 400 likes, guys. 500 was our record. Let's break it. Well, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and share the link with your friends. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Thank you much there, Valeria, and definitely hit that subscribe. We want to see Sean get his dream, get that breakfast in bed in front of Mother's Day tomorrow morning. That should be a fantastic one. I know you guys are going to get us there. Roku, it's down 5%, but you're watching a nice little upward trend here. Every time it's pulling back in, it's just failing to get into VWAP. 130, bit of a pivot. Look at this break here that you did see. Pre-market top 129, 129.50, it just broke. Now it's holding above that, so you're seeing an obvious level of importance start to form here on Roku. I think this is going to be interesting. If it holds here, you get a 131 break and then a continued trend to the upside. So we like Roku, certainly a good one. I could be wrong here. Maybe Kevin, correct me if you're watching along here. I think you did mention this as a level for you there. So definitely something to see here on that Roku if it can break 131 and then hold this nice little pivot area.
Yeah, 131. Did you wind up taking beyond at 130?
Yeah, I'm still in this thing, man. It's just the spread is like 20 cents here or there. It hasn't stopped me out risking $1 to try to make 2. It's just sort of maybe, I feel like I got in too early. I certainly could have waited to catch the middle end of the range sometimes, and then you're sitting there with a price better than 50 cents. But if it goes right away, you make sure you want to have it on. As I talk about Roku, maybe holding that level, it looks like it's not going to. So let's watch out for this break here. 129 is VWAP, but I need to see it trade down through that to be confident that this trend is broken. I was hoping we'd get an upward trend hold and be able to go long this name, but here comes rolling over with the futures, guys.
Yeah, we're looking at a few things here, including Disney. We averaged in at 108 even here, but it's not moving. Come on, Disney. You guys were going upside. You see bang, bang, a few taken out up here. So Disney's been a profitable trade for us so far. But if these futures keep heading southbound, we will get ticked out here, 107.90 or so. We'll take some out. Then we'll hold the rest until 107.60 or so. But hopefully that doesn't happen. Our average price, 108.20 right now on Disney. And I like it to the upside there. They opened up Shanghai again and apparently sold out. So we're going to wait to see on that. Peloton, that was a monster trade, one of my best ones. Yesterday I only traded 4 or 5 names, guys, but we had multiple dollars on Square, multiple dollars on Peloton yesterday, and today we're down 2.7%. So just want to check in on this fitness maker. What is this price right here? We're getting very close. 42.81. We could break this, head down a little bit south side. So if you do like Peloton, you have my blessings right here, 42.80 or so, looking like a decent short. This is a 1-minute chart, guys. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're here for you
the subscribe's bigger.
Single day.
Hit that subscribe. Sean's saying hit the like, hit the subscribe because he's being modest. He wants that. I know he wants those waffles, whatever it might be. I want to show you guys, sometimes people ask about risk structure on trades and how do you guys figure your levels? Well, on a stock like this mid, I take the long in front of 2. You get 203 as your average price. I had an out here. You risk about 5 to 7 cents depending on what your slippage is, what your execution is on the downside. And how this works out for you is when you trade a very similar name like an FBIO here, guys, if you limit those losses to like 4, 5, 6 cents, whatever it is on a name like that, then you catch a similar trade here short 240 and you're able to take 15, 20, and a little bit more than that as we're getting close to that 209 target and that 30-cent win that we're looking for in FBIO. That's how it works out for you. That way, if you're right more than 50% of the time, you're doing absolutely fantastic. But if you do things correctly with these trades, you could literally be right 30, 40% of the time with a tight stop move like this in front of a good level and still be profitable. Obviously here, you're seeing it work out more often than not, but again, you have to have the conviction to hold when it's going in the money for you and take off the loser when it's wrong immediately like we just saw in MITT.
Okay, we did go short here on Peloton, so it does break through 42.80, and then we get, of course, 75s. So we slipped down there a little bit, but we are now short Peloton. So let's see if that one wants to keep going downside here. A nice little win initially. We're in the money. It's just bouncing around 5 cents, 10 cents, but nah, we're not doing that. We're going to wait down here. Maybe we can get to VWAP here, 42.38. I'm going to put an order probably first at 50. We'll capture out maybe 20% for 25 cents if we can get it. And then we'll hold the rest. We'll expect it to break VWAP and then take some out at 30 or 40. These are my targets here for Peloton. As we are short, we're going to take the break through 43 and get out there if that does happen. So it'll be a 25 cent, maybe 40 cent risk on the upside to hopefully capture something to the downside. Peloton weak today on a strong market. So that's why I do like Peloton to the south side. Let's just see what happens. What's up, Brandon?
MYOS, guys, little earnings play here. A beautiful fade opportunity again this morning. A little small cap name here, 175 on the daily chart. Pretty big level around this 180 area, all the way down to 110 here. 70-cent move off of 180. I wish I saw this one, but MYOS reported earnings better than expected, but weak is weak. This thing barely trades usually, so massive relative volume on MYOS, guys.
MYOS. I'm looking at HEAR, trying to bounce back and fill in some of this gap, but what an interesting name, guys. Do you hear me when I'm saying 329 more subscribers and Sean gets breakfast in bed with his kids. You saw the picture. We want to see what he's able to get there, guys. We love the participation. Make sure you also continue, after you hit that subscribe, continue to ask your questions in the chat. There's a trading floor behind us. Obviously, it's not going to be full given the circumstances we have, but two of our senior traders, Adam and Kevin, are doing a fantastic job answering questions, talking about some of the names that Sean and I are trying to cover, but we cannot trade everything. That's the reality. So make sure you continue to do that. We love your participation. We'll get to as many as we can. Yeah, there's that. It's kind of depressing. There's that empty floor, usually full with traders. We do have some guys that are remote, and two of them are available to you. So make sure you keep asking those awesome questions, guys.
Yeah, get those questions in and keep going on those. Yeah, Roku, nice little move to the downside here. I am seeing this Codex. We can have a quick look at that. Peloton, remember, that's a stock that's up right here. If it breaks back above $43, we'll wait for about $43.10 before getting involved with that one on the long side. But Codex moved down here from that $15.65, now making some moves. Of course, this is one of those coronavirus plays once again, and I know we've talked about it a little bit today, but moving down 2.78 million shares. So not bad, not bad. Yeah, follow us on Twitter. That was another call there. At Trader TV, Sean, as well as the show, and Brendan, Neil. There are some love happening there. Tweeted out some pictures I see when I'm out. I put some trades on there. Actually, I haven't put any on there today, or did I do in the morning? I can't remember. But right now, hopefully we can put some Disney love on there, because right now, Disney, man, I mean, honestly, I'm getting fed up with this stock at this point. Look at this. I mean, what is this? For 10 minutes here, we're in like a 20-cent range. So that's why we took out 20 cents worth of win there. And now we'll wait to see. We average in at 107.97. So we just got to wait to see what Disney wants to do here. It's just hovering around 108. I have no idea what's going on here with this stock. The market's trying to move up. Disney just can't get out of its own way. Hopefully a buyer can come in here, step up their game, and we'll get this bumped a little bit. But for now, guys, Disney's kind of a nothing stock. So we'll wait to see if this wants to move. I see your note there, Brendan, about Twilio. I did talk about going long there, 176 when it did break. It was right up here at that time of day, up to 179. Yeah, I'm going to be getting out of this one in my account soon, guys. Big move up here, 179. Wowzers. Twilio for the win if you were long this one at all today, guys. Wow.
Yeah, and Space, someone was just asking, 2150, check that. Is a high day. It's making another run at it. Pullback just failed at 21 to bust through. You're getting nice little retracement, and you're getting an obvious trend to the upside. Yeah, that's worth a shot on that breakout. You've seen the market try to slide to the upside, and a few names trying to break off that top. So I will endorse that play, 2150. I think realistically, you're probably risking at least 50 cents if you're looking for a bigger move into the short side, about 20 or 30. So just make sure you got the risk reward. I like that play. Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Tough build, guys. TBLT, we haven't talked about this one for quite some time, up about 12% here. Monster volume coming into this thing on the way up. TBLT announcing they've once again met NASDAQ minimum bid requirements. So good on them, I guess. That's a reason to move this thing 13%, guys.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to one thing I said about Beyond Meat for you guys. Look, yeah, it had that nice slide down. You could have captured some profitability there. I went with an actual stop, a hard stop, instead of a manual one. The advantage of a manual stop when you zoom in is that if it goes through 131, you can make the decision that you don't think it's trading through, and it did no volume and slammed right back down. So if you're manually getting out there, you probably held on to that short. And if you have a hard stop, it's just going to trigger you out, even if there's like 5 shares that go off above 131. So that's one thing you always want to consider when you're using stop orders. Depending on the stock, it might not be the best idea. If you have direct market access, you've got to work in the ability to manually do these trades. Again, we're trading multiple symbols at a time, so sometimes having that stop in there is going to be necessary for us. I see a sea of not green, but blue. The market is up today, and we're going to be going to our sector watch very, very closely from Brendan. Before I do that, I want to go right back over to Disney, which Sean was talking about a little bit earlier. I think when you see consolidation like this, I'm not necessarily done with the idea that it could be a rollover short. You're looking for a breakout of this range. For me, that's why I got out of the short. It's going to be downside about 107.60, and I still like that 108.50 to 60 where we were involved before. That's a key price. We'll see if we can't work off of that. Now let's go to the big screen. We've got Sector Watch with Brendan.
Hey guys, yeah, we'll have a look at the S&P 500. Nice way to end the week. Everyone, I think, was expecting a pretty negative showing after the jobs number, but here we are, 1.25% to the upside. Very, very positive right across the board. You can see energy stocks. I want to point out we were mentioning crude back to the upside today, so you're going to find a lot of the lead gainers coming from this group. HP, HFC, and Noble here. Noble 10.5% to the upside today. These guys about 5 and change to the upside. Material stocks also strong today. They were kind of weak on the day yesterday, so bouncing back. You can see Mosaic there, 6%. Dow up about 4%. LYB 4% as well. Everything else on this side of the board kind of muted so far today, in positive territory, but not the biggest gainers. Here we go. Tech stocks are positive, but being offset by MSI, FTNT, and there's a few other little ones down here in the software group that are red as well. But these two were earnings names, WDC, HPE, and HPQ, all up about 4% on the day, offsetting these decliners though. Industrials and consumer discretionary stocks, where the positivity is coming from, especially the transportation group. We were talking about the cruise lines being positive in the pre-market. Some of the airlines were positive in the pre-market. There's UAL, there's Love, there's DAL leading the way, 4.9, 3.5, 3.5 as far as the percentages to the upside. So a nice look. American there, about 3% to the upside. Look at FedEx having a nice day, 2.5% in that group as well. CARR, HII, TDG, and SWK in the industrials group up 5% plus, leading the way for that group. Some of the retailers having a nice day, back to the upside. We talked about Macy's, although I don't see it. GPS, LB, and AZO all 4% plus to the upside. All brands there, 6%, the big winner on the day. We are still about 1.2% in positive territory. Nice way to end the week. Guys, back over to you.
Yeah, good little way to end the week here. It's been big. I mean, the NASDAQ turned positive for the year yesterday. So, yeah, what a surprise there. Can't believe that we're actually talking about a positive market here, considering what's happening and what's, you just look outside, look at the workforce. Yeah, that's right, there is none. So, very, very interesting plays here that's happening in this world of ours. Okay, Peloton here. 43, it just keeps bouncing off 43 here. May average in, probably take a little small average here, 42.90 if I can get it, 95 or so. We're still short 42.75 on Peloton. If you do like this trade, you have my blessing. Average in here, 43.10. I'm going to use that as an out. That was that sort of bottom right here. So if you're in that one, I like it. Peloton there, hopefully at some point going to come back down. But if you don't have it now, I'd take it here as well. I think Peloton weak today into a strong market falling. Makes sense to me. Try to take some Peloton off here. If it does break 42.50, then we get into this garbage like we talked about before. So I'm going to put an average trade in here, 43.90. I'm just a little embarrassed I didn't put it in already, but just noticing it. We're doing a lot of things here, guys. So we're noticing Peloton to the downside here. I'm going to put an order. I like this trade. Let's see if we can't get a winner.
Yeah, just noticing Pinterest here, guys. It's done over 6 million in volume, but this is going to be a tricky one here because I'm looking at this weird volume spike randomly at about 10:30, which looks like it's the bulk of the trading action so far. So it might be a little bit misleading as far as how much it's done, but you are seeing a double top that we rolled over from at 1970. So the setup looks interesting here. You did have this resistance at 1950. Looks like it's turning to a short, and I want to be short in front of that 1950 when I see that setup. So Pinterest on the radar. I just don't think it's done nearly as much volume as this chart's telling me it did based on that wick that I see.
Okay, yeah, Pinterest, good one. Peloton still coming back to the downside. Our Disney, we're out of that one. So where's my fall in a hole here? Me and Kevin were talking about this one. I know Neil mentioned it as well, but we tried it, man, and it just didn't go. So a couple wins there, and then we get off on that break spot. So right now I'm holding 10 shares. If you see it in there, I just want to see what happens. If it comes down here, it'll indicate to me that I have a $10 loser because it'll be $1 against me. So holding some shares at Disney. So if you do see that, we are basically flat on Disney. We fall in a hole on that one, and we'll just wait to see. We had a couple hundred shares up here on the 108 break. So as I said, always at this time of day, not putting on huge risk, but like I said, you take a couple hundred shares here at 108, you get out a little bit. If you get 50 cents on that, you put that in your pocket, you buy yourself a nice little bottle of wine there. But right here, we lose on it. We give back some of that Uber money, but that's okay. Not losing that much here. Down 25 cents is our big hit on Disney, but the price action just wasn't there. Should have noticed that a lot earlier.
Yeah, so I'm working into that Pinterest position now. We just got some more shares in the 40 range. Disney, I actually like this one to maybe try short in front of VWAP if it holds this nice little downward trend. So for me, 107, call it like this sort of 80 range would be a reasonable price. Maybe starting it in the 70s if it bumps up here. I think that's going to be a reasonable shot there to take the short. Now that it's sort of broken out of the range, I was waiting for it to break this consolidation to get involved with the stock. I don't want to trade something this sleepy getting close to 11 o'clock, guys.
Uber short, you know what? I only have, first of all, Peloton, there it is. Nice little 15-cent win there. Got some out at 60, just like we said. The next level here, I said I'd get some out before 50. Take that 15 cents. Embarrassed that we didn't average in, but that's what it is. And someone, we talked about it already. We're trading, talking, doing everything. So jack of all trades over here. We're going to wait for this one, breaking through VWAP. I'll put another order here, maybe 42.48 or so, just ahead of VWAP. And if VWAP breaks, I think we come down here into the 20s and 30s. So Peloton, hopefully for the win, a little bit bigger. That's a smooth 20 cents, 15 cents there so far, but hopefully it can keep falling. Here it comes now. Now it's 20 cents. So nice little move on Peloton. We'll put an order down here, see if it breaks through 50, and then we'll work it out in the 30s. But once again, your boy has another winner here, making a little bit up for that Disney trade, but we'll wait to see if it comes back down. Here it comes, 25 cents on Peloton.
Yeah, and Disney for me is looking like it's not going to give me that entry price that we really, really wanted, but we're still going to hang on here. Going to throw an order and just sort of leave it in at that 107.80, just in case you get a bit of a flush up. We can be sitting on the level and have a chance to get the fill if it does come back in. I don't want to miss it if it gets there, so I'm just going to leave that there and go over to Codex, which did roll over. It's looking to make another play to the downside as it consolidates here. And if it can hold 15.50, I think it's a reasonable short. Just be careful. If anytime you're shorting on a bounce off of VWAP, that's a situation where you don't necessarily want to give it to the high of the day. You go with a tighter stop there and then sort of walk away from that one. It's got a 6-cent spread. So for me, one of the things you can do, because we have direct market access, is you can sit on the offer, you can use midpoints, lots of liquidity, and lots of things you can do with that to save yourself a couple of cents here and there, which does add up from time to time on a $15 stock.
That's for sure. Yeah, get your orders in. Make sure you have a properly planned trade for you. Wow. Okay. Tesla, that was a moneymaker big time for us yesterday as well. Those of you that were on the show, and damn it, we can cry a little bit here. We missed Tesla. I love 800 break. We talked all about that. I didn't even notice. This is my first time looking at Tesla. I've played 800 break every single time on the show, but not this time. And look what happens. It breaks 800, never even looks back. You get a clean $11. We're coming right back down, looking at VWAP right here. Watch these futures. This may be a good spot to go long on Tesla. I'll look into that more for you guys, but right now it looks like we're back with Brendan.
Another name we were looking at yesterday, guys, Cloudera here, net back to the upside after earnings were not good. Obviously, big move down in the aftermarket yesterday, held 25.50 there on that last pullback. We'll see if we can't get up to 27. I mean, this thing was trading up near 30 yesterday. So Nets back on the way up, guys.
Nets, okay, Nets. Yeah, catch those fish.
N-E-T-S.
Okay, 8.10 here, guys. Back to the top side on Tesla. We'll look at it from maybe a little bit of a longer time frame here. We'll check a 3 minutes. Yeah, what is this kind of garbage here? 8.11, 8.12 might be a break on this name here, Tesla. Still a little bit of work to go until we get there, but you know what? If that does come, I like it. 8.12 maybe out of the log. You'll see me go in. Look at the bottom. You'll see all of Neil and I's trades as they happen. So if you see me pop into Tesla, you'll hear about it.
Oh, well, wow. Baba here, 203. Look at this bounce off 198. What a ridiculous move to the upside here. 203. Who was that mentioning there? A bull shark. Good look. It's continuing to break out, but look, you're this late to the party. You want to make sure you go to the daily chart and see you're not running into something heavy. So you jump in, you have a look. I don't really see anything till about 205, 206. You get some choppish range. So you can maybe play this trend with some pullbacks. You see some size step up, do some scalp breakouts. But I hope you guys caught this one. Alibaba, 201.70 looked like it was a good level as well. So let's see what happens if it pulls back into there. Otherwise, you're looking to see if you can take the top off. I'm going to quickly throw the position board up for you because we have not done it in a while. I still just have a few positions on here. They all end up short as the market's trying to bounce back here, oddly enough. FBIO still in the money, 244. It's at 217. GNUS, that's sitting down in the 60s. I got 72 short. Worked into this Pinterest trade at 40. should have a price closer to 45 if it holds that 55 mark, as that one is pulling back into the downside. And now watching BABA to see if it can roll over. But Brendan, what do you have for us, buddy?
Less than 300 to 14,000 subscribers, guys. Let's go. Help us out. Let's get to 14,000 today. Hit the subscribe button, please. We got to get to 14,000. Here's another one for you. Vector IQ Acquisition Corporation. That's a great name for a company. Nice look here. 15.8% to the upside. Trying right now to break day highs here. 1730, guys.
Is it really that good a name of a company? I don't know. Okay. That doesn't sound that great to me. I mean, if I have to think about it when I say it, forget about it there. But let's go back to Beyond Meat, guys. It tried to make that, try to test that high again at 132, puts in a lower high. We've seen this party before. Once you see this happen, now lock this price away at 132.22. Every time we've seen this set up on whether it's Beyond Meat, you saw it on Twilio as well at 170 yesterday, breakout. And look, it happened on Twilio after the show, but we talked about this one. So 132.22 breakout to the upside on Beyond Meat. It's up 6%. Doesn't mean it can't go further. The rollover down into VWAP did not happen the first time. It could be worth a shot another time here. You know I like those shorts. We've already made money on Beyond, so we'll probably try it again. But that 132.22 break, 25, whatever you want to do, if it takes out that high after failing to retrace in here to VWAP, that's a secondary breakout the rest of the day, guys, not just in the next 5-10 minutes or whatever.
Okay, guys, yeah, make sure that you guys also check out our Market Wisdom page. We have some VWAP charts on there. What is short selling? We do get a lot of questions about that, that's for sure. Okay, let's check out our Uber trade. Man, I mean, this is just, what a nightmare. I mean, look at all these executions I have here on Uber today. It's been a big trade, so we hit the chicken dinner winners for what's been happening on Uber today, but I still love the short, and we'll go to a 1 minute chart here, make it look a little bit better because I haven't traded this in a bit. So we keep bouncing off 32.10. I'm still looking at this straight in the face here. I still think we break through 31.83 today. So yeah, maybe we should take a little shot here again on Uber. And yeah, Alibaba, I don't know who that was in the chat, but I talked about this at 200, the 200 break. Didn't take it. I hope that's why maybe you guys did. Nice little move up here, stair stepping, lower highs as we, higher lows as we go bang, and then again here, buying the dips. Maybe that could be a video we do. What's up? We looks like we're getting ready for Brendan at the big screen. Give it to us, bud.
I was going to go refresh my chart, but we'll make do without. Bitcoin here, guys. Want to talk about Bitcoin? Where is it down here? Yeah, right at 10,000. So up 2% today. We did briefly get above 10,000 there on Bitcoin. Just realized that this is not refreshing. So we're actually trading up here at this point for Bitcoin, back in this kind of congestion zone. If you go all the way back to February on BTC. So a nice look again today. It's been kind of stair-stepping its way back up today, tagging that 10,000 mark once again for Bitcoin. You can see pulling back a little bit there at the moment. Ethereum 212, yeah, nice move as well, about 0.2% to the upside for Ethereum. Otherwise pretty muted action so far. We are seeing a little bit of weakness in the US dollar after that jobs number once again, so that means the euro, the CAD, and the British pound was up more than 1%, but pulling back there, almost 125 again for the pound. But you're going to find the Australia dollar and the New Zealand, the Aussie, or the Kiwi rather, back to the upside, a full percent for the Kiwi. Pretty muted action otherwise, though, just some overall US dollar weakness after the jobs number this morning. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Let's go back to Neil.
Absolutely, Brendan. And I'm a glutton for punishment sometimes. I did mention the awesome breakout opportunity that I do see here. If Beyond Meat can get through 132.25, but it's not there, and it's trying to roll back over. So, you know, you get that 130 move again. It had a nice tight consolidation. Basically the same setup that we did before, and you've seen me put this on multiple times. You've been following along here. Just looking to get a move back into 128 here. You catch a couple of dollars, fantastic. Maybe $1.50 if you think that's worth it. This time we get a better price, at least working inside of this range. You let it travel through 131 maybe a little bit here. I think that's a reasonable thing, especially if you're going to be averaging in and working into a maybe larger position. So back dipping into Beyond Meat. Disney, guys, I'm going to kick myself over this. We've been short all morning long. We're looking for this break down through that 107.60. We missed that short. We try to catch it on a retracement. It doesn't quite get there for us, but there's a slide retesting that low of the day, almost as we speak at 107, where we got out before, guys. So hopefully you've been following along on the calls in Disney. Direction's been good, the pullbacks have been good, the prices have been accurate. Sometimes getting into position has been a little bit dicey when you're talking about those breaks. Hey, thank you, Carrie. Awesome there. I hope you guys are enjoying, of course, but this is what it's all about, trading in the markets, taking advantage of some of the volatility in individual names. I mean, I'm looking over here at what the market is doing, and it's relatively sleepy. You just look at the ES, and look, it's in a bit of a range-bound trade. If it breaks at 2,900, I am heavily short here, guys. Beyond Meat, we're short. Pinterest, we're short. GNUS and FBIO, we're short. So if we break this, move to the downside, that would be fantastic for me. Obviously, I am looking for some longs. I do like the breakout possibility on Beyond. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm going to take a shot if I'm able to get it. Codex, however, I forget who it was mentioning on there, I believe it was you, Marcus, that you didn't want to step in front of Codex to the short side given how strong this bid was around this 15-20 mark. I get it. Bit of a pivot point that you're working off of. I just like the lower high that it's put in. I think the risk to reward is reasonable. You're only getting about 10 to 15 cents worth of risk, and I have no problem doing that, guys. So I'm going to jump in around this 15.50 mark, risk about 10 pennies to see if we can't make 20 or 30. That's the idea over there in Codex. If you don't want to follow along, fair enough. Just listen to the calls and see how they do. If you want to wait for that bid, I think it's a good one as well.
Might get the desk. All right, we're getting back to our spot here, guys. Refilled up with some coffee, had my mic, it didn't slip down. Oh my God, we have Uber shares. Uber does break that 31.83. Holy crap, I sit back down, get a little elevated right now. Oh, we go down as low as 70. We have shares on right now, guys. Uber to the downside, one of a big position. Wow, I can't believe I left this. Okay, didn't even realize that was gonna happen. Uber cracking down now. Let's see what happens as we go to the downside on Uber. Short 31.84, let's get going here. Wowzers, that went down to 70. Damn it, could have cashed. Here we go, 75. Uber, I gave you this call, guys. This is a big one. Uber, I told you we were coming down to the downside again. Yes, sir. Chicken dinner winners. Sitting back down, getting the coffee, now making that money. Big trade alert on Uber, guys. Hopefully you guys are cashing in on this as well. I told you we were going to come back down here. We should put my money where my mouth is, shorted up here, but shorts all the way today. Uber, see ya. Adios, amigos. What's up, Brendan?
Another one looking like it might want to test lower prices here, guys. Live Nation, they reported aftermarket yesterday, popping up this morning, but has been failing on the way back down here, holding underneath 40. Always want to see those if you want to short something. Hold underneath a significant level, really reduce your risk that way. I mean, if it gets back above 40, you're wrong, you get out of the trade, right? So Live Nation moving back to the downside, guys.
All right.
Live Nation certainly going to be worth that look there, guys. Disney trying to break through that low of the day. Hasn't happened yet, but just alert to 106.60. You're seeing the market try to roll over, but it's really led by a few individual stocks. It looks like I'm not going to be able to take that Codex. We don't have locates on that one, so a little bit hard to borrow there. We'll continue to check in on it, see if it rolls over. I do like the opportunity, so we can always check. It's going to be worth paying for it if we have to. A couple of cents for our shares if it's available to us. But for right now, I'm looking for a pullback in Disney at 107.50 to maybe add to these short positions that we have on. If you're stalking along, just because I have Beyond Meat short does not mean that we don't like the reversal at 132.25. Make sure you mark that one in. That was on Twilio yesterday. A fantastic break at 170, similar structured trade. Risk 50 cents to $1 on a short, reverse to a long, and you can make $1, $2, $3 actually is what you would have on that break in Twilio yesterday. So that was a fantastic trade. Looking for something very similar on Beyond Meat. One more name to get to you guys. I just want to drop in here. Some of you had asked about the airline plays. American Airlines, I have not been trading this one lately. It has dipped down towards its lows. It's a nice solid downward trend. If you're asking about a short here, you're shorting pops in front of VWAP if you like that trend, but it has held the bottom here. So you could put it in a double bottom and then you want to step away from it. That would be my call. I forget who was asking about American Airlines. That's my read on it. I'm probably not going to be too involved as I see bearish shorting opportunities.
Guys, this is what, this makes me so super happy to see the love there on these Uber calls. I'm glad it's the only stock some of you guys have been trading. So that's been fantastic. I'm glad you guys are all on this train with us. Look at all these shorts here that we had. We did try a baby long there and cashed in on the long before basically flattening that long trade. But here we go to the downside now. Uber, days low. And yeah, guys, I don't know who else gives you these kind of calls, but let me know if somebody else does. But here we go, straight to the downside, Uber. And here we go again, guys. Ho hum, another 20-cent winner with some decent risk. So it's chicken dinner winner for everybody today. Glad you're enjoying the show. That's why we're here. I'll be back Monday for sure. Hit those subscribe buttons, guys. Let us know the love. I see it on the chat, but like we said, let's get to 14K today if we can, guys. Right now, Uber, wow, it goes down as low as 64 there, but we don't want to leave Brendan hanging. What's up, bud?
I think we're actually going over to
Valeria.
Hey guys, and welcome to the European update. Europe is in positive territory today. British market is closed today as the country is celebrating the World War II victory today. Germany is up 1.06%, France is up 0.77%, Italy is up 0.82%, Spain is up 0.52%, and Russia is up 0.23%. Guys, quick news from Europe. Export out of Germany fell 11.8% in March. Import inside the country fell 5.1% in March. Russia reports 10,000 of new cases 6 days in a row, which brings total number of coronavirus cases in Russia to 188,000. That's all for today, and stay healthy. And if you're watching us from Europe, please support and subscribe to our channel. Back to traders.
And I'm going to say you're welcome as well, guys. You're asking about that mRNA, and if you had that breakout call that we gave to you guys, fantastic. I talked about 54.40. We're not going to be able to catch every single trade or every single setup. We try to give you as many as we can. You see that little wall that we had at 54.40, giving you about $1.40 worth of a winner. I think it's a fantastic one. Hopefully you had some of those Disney shorts as well. Make sure you check out that potential. Just because I'm taking these small snapshot shorts and beyond meat, don't get away from that long opportunity as well on that name. For those of you that are trying to watch some of the energy space, I haven't been too involved. I know Sean was looking at XOM a little bit earlier. I haven't been following it too closely, but I am watching Occidental here try to hold VWAP. It did make a break. It bounced one time and failed. It's trying to do it again. This could be another rollover opportunity. I think, realistically, whether you break through 14.50 to the upside or whether you catch 14.35 to the downside, either one is probably worth a scalp for you. Just play whichever direction you happen to have a bias. I'm going to quickly throw the position board on so you guys can see what I have on. We do have still involved in that Pinterest short. It's been in the money a few cents, out of the money a few cents. I'm not going to take 5 pennies on Pinterest, or maybe I'll start taking it at 10, I guess. Short at 1940. JNUS still short at 72. FBIO still short at 244. That continues to be 10% of the money. Remember, 209 is a target on that one. And Beyond Meat, once again, short at 130.20. Just sort of hovering around here, looking for the roll to VWAP or that breakout, which I actually like more than the short that we're in. So it breaks that top. We're all over that long, guys. Stop order's ready to go.
Yeah, great job there, guys, today. Joseph Mendoza as well. Just tweeted out some of the Uber plays there. So follow me on Twitter, and you'll see some of that love as well over there. But Uber still need this thing to drop. I was looking to see, when would I get out of this thing? And you know what? I keep getting out a little bit too early, obviously, on some of these plays. I'm just going to wait and see if it breaks back above this, 32.25 or so, 32.26. We'll see if Uber wants to get below that or above that. So we'll average in the mid 32s here, 32.08, 32.09. We'll look for some average in maybe a little bit earlier than that. But the kill spot on Uber probably all the way up here as I look at different charts, 32, 15, 16 here on a 3 or 4 minute chart. But right now, we look to average in on some Uber trade. Peloton still going, not doing anything. We get out a nice little trade there for 15 or 20 cents, but I still think we can break VWAP on this one. What's up, Brendan?
Another little therapeutics company having a crazy day, guys. 84% here for PTGX. This thing has been halted again, and halted one more time. We're banging off of $14 right now for PTGX. 14 actually holding as a little bit of support right now, so good luck to the upside, possibly, guys.
Okay, I like some of those halt plays, so I always tend to throw them up there. I think they give you a bit of a guidance in how you can play some of the momentum on some of these high flyers when they are gapping and sort of running. You just want to make sure that there's decent enough volume for you able to execute, so you're able to execute some of the ideas that you have. My chart frozen there, so let's quickly jump to the higher time frame. You can quickly see you've already broken to a major level there on PTGX, and you're seeing parabolic movement to the upside, and you have this nice little 15 top top that you're working off of that it's failed to break through a couple of times. So if you catch a halt on the way down, this is where you want to jump into the short. So I'm looking for this one to make any move down through 14 now that it's made a bit of a double top. You're shy of 15 even. And then ideally, I'd love for it to halt, to give you time to assess your entry point. Otherwise, you're just sort of taking the break and hoping. And at that point, I'd probably wait for 13.50 if you haven't gotten the halt. So PTGX firmly on the radar, volume good, price action excellent, a couple of halts in. Let's see if we get a third.
Okay, yeah, we've been trading a little bit of GBTC today as well. Just trying to make some moves here. Shout out to Jeff Mendel from OTC Markets there. If you're looking to trade anything on that site, you might want to look at that. Beyond Meat as well going now, guys. Beyond Meat 131. I'm waiting for 128 to break. That's this VWAP and some support levels here. So I'm hands off. This looks a lot like Disney doing a whole hell of a lot of nothing, same as Peloton right now. But okay, here goes Peloton maybe. Back down to the 60s here. So we'll see. I still got that one short. Oh yeah, and Uber still short on this one. Averaging in here, hopefully some of my orders, 98. We're going to take an average price as well. If that comes up, then we'll take some in the 07s, 08 range, and then use, like I said, 32.15 as an out. I know a lot of you guys are all over Uber today. Thank you for that, and congratulations. I know that's why you guys watch to get these big winners. And again, 9 o'clock. Don't tune in at 9:30. Don't tune in at 10 o'clock. Tune in at 9 o'clock. Hit that subscribe button, and you'll be able to see why you get those notifications. We're live at 9, and I mean, as soon as I walked in today, Brendan can verify this. I said, why the hell is Uber up this much? And that's when we were talking about it being up, $33, $34. And now today we're down to 31 and change. So there you go. We've been hating on Uber all day, and I'll continue my hatred for it as well. Throw to Brendan, was that what I heard? Okay, Brendan, what's up?
I can attest. Absolutely, yeah. Uber, a little mispriced, as they say in the pre-market today. Here's another one, guys. Vion, a little tech company, reported earnings this morning, in fact, that were better than expected. A little late to the party, but some volume coming in at this point. 150 just got broken on a big bid, all the way up to 154 for VEON, guys.
There goes that PTGX, so it's not actually holding that top, guys. Watch out, 15 is gone. So I'm still looking for a short opportunity here, but it's going to have to be after a push through 13.50. We're not getting the hold that we wanted to see initially, but that's okay. Beyond, we're looking quickly for that reversal. 132.23 is the high of the day. 25 is where my stop is going to trigger long. Very similar to what you saw in Twilio. There's a trigger in, so we are long. Got 29s here. If it wants to give a fake out, give this one back to 131, and you actually want to consider adding to your position here if it does do that after what I saw in Twilio, running another $3 or $4 to the upside on a break at this similar time of day, guys. So there goes Beyond Meat upside. Market coming back in as well to the long side. So watch some of those. Someone just asked about MITT in the chat there, Marcus. For me, I got out of that one a while ago. I know some of you guys have been watching it. I know it's a big time mover in terms of percentage, but it's been very, very sleepy. The fact that it's recovered here doesn't really excite me too much. Look at the range, 2-3 cents, not doing anything. Beyond Meat, however, already going in the money for us here, 132.29. We got long, a little bit of slippage there, but it's already making a move towards 133. I saw this, when Twilio run $2-3 here. I think there's lots of room to go. We talked about how much room there is on Beyond Meat to this 135 mark where you had a bit of a double top. That's an obvious target for me. Let's see if we can get there on BYND.
Yeah, BYND. I mean, it's funny you mentioned BYND and Twilio, guys. I own both of those stocks, and they're just rocking, both basically off their IPOs. You guys got to trade some IPOs. Another stock that I own in the 20 range is Chewy. Let's check that out. That's 40, so that's a double. Hit the air horn there. Maybe I should open up a Neckbeard Capital or something like that, and then get going with that. So we'll see $40 breaking here on Chewy, guys. The calls, not only can we trade, but I can make these calls for you guys here on the long side, including this one is a good one here. Chewy going upside here. Uber, guys, look, we just took some out at 80. I'm still waiting for this ultimate flush down to 64 here. That could happen again, and I think it does. So we will see what happens here. But yeah, it's been a good one, guys. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. It's Friday. We're getting on a little bit long in the tooth here. It's 11:10 here. And
Sean, we have 226 to go until we hit 14,000 subscribers. And you know what that means. That means Sean is getting breakfast in bed from his kids. How can you not want to have him get that? I think it's going to be fantastic for you guys. Someone just asked in the chat, Marcus, about a target on Beyond. I did just mention pulling up the daily chart, that 135 mark. I think that's an obvious area. You see me get out in front of resistance. I also think it's an opportunity for you to add if you get consolidation higher. It's been one of those plays where I short in front of a key level and then reverse long, and the short loses and the long wins. And I've done that a couple of times today, so looking to have third time be a charm. But for now, let's go to Brendan. What do you have, bud?
I mentioned this one yesterday, guys. AAOI, huge move to the upside yesterday into earnings. Yeah, big disappointment. Earnings missed estimates. Little fiber optics company reporting earnings that were well below expectations. There was a tight little consolidation forming here at 1065, 1070, just breaking to the downside here for AAOI. We're going to go over to Valeria for In Focus.
Thank you, Brandon. And hey guys, welcome to In Focus. Quick news updates in case you've missed. California governor announced that the state will have $54 billion budget deficit due to the negative impact of coronavirus. The state will also have a jobless rate of 18% this year. Facebook plans to allow its workers to continue work from home until the end of this year. The company will reopen its offices on June 6 for those who need to come in for their jobs. Not every airlines are losing from coronavirus pandemic. Cargo airlines are gaining due to high demand for medical supplies and other goods. For example, shares of Atlas Air, which flies for Amazon, have risen 47% in the second quarter so far. That's all for today. Stay healthy and stay in focus. Back to guys.
Yeah, just someone asked, why do we only have a few indicators on the chart? I like a clean chart so I can identify the levels, but we do have, we have bigger setups here, not to put you guys on the spot with our team. I mean, you see Sean's setup, he's got several screens, I've got several screens here. I do have more things that I'm showing you. Sean will have the one screen that he shows you guys live, but then he has other ones with some other charts up there. So yeah, I might look at some other moving averages or have other indicators, but primarily, just so it's easier for you guys to follow along with our executions in the chart and what we're talking about, we keep it clean for you guys. If you have questions, you can always throw them in the chat there and let us know. That's a good one. We have no hesitations answering them. For these guys, for those of you that joined this Beyond Meat party, hopefully it's a good one to the upside. We're in the money only about 30 cents here. We like that 132 break. It's holding nicely above. And you got to look for places if this trend continues to add, whether that's a 133 break. I prefer pullbacks. If it takes out 133, I'm going to look for a pullback at that point to jump into some more shares to the upside. Disney has finally triggered me in. I did believe we got an area that we're going to go to Brendan in a second, but Disney finally got back to VWAP to give me an entry point to the short side again in front of this sort of 108 to 108.20 mark. So back in the party in Disney with a short trade.
We talked about this one earlier, guys. Zillow Group still going. Wow, what a move today. We mentioned that I think it was around here before it took out this high above 51.5. But ZG here, 15% on the day now, above $55, guys.
Not sure what just happened there to Uber. It went a little parabolic there. So we're going to wait to see. It just like ripped up like 40 cents in these 3-minute candles here. So we get out of some. We're still short. I'm going to wait till about 32.25 to get out. I took out some risk there once it broke through 15. So definitely Uber there filling a hole on that last trade. That's why, we captured a lot of profits here, but we started averaging in 99s, 04s, 10s, 11s or so. Our average price wasn't bad at all, but we were waiting for this move to happen, but flipped around. So I thought it would go to the downside there. It's not. So I don't know. Uber to the upside. I don't know if there was something there happening off a little bit of a news story there, but 32.25 will be my kill spot here. Looks like it's going to happen. Uber with tons of volume coming in right now, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but someone turned on the algos on Uber. It looks like it's going straight up here, guys.
Yeah, speaking of algos, it is 11:14. That means we're in that HFT hour, is like one of the popular traders in the company likes to talk about, and that just means things slow down a little bit more. You do have some of the price action dictated by heavy algo trading. You can get wicked in and out of trades. This is where you really want to work off levels. You really want to work off of trends. You don't want to overtrade at this time, I think, is the easy thing that I'm trying to say here. So just make sure you have your key trades on. Directional trade like the Beyond Meat to the long side here, or something like Disney here, which we got back into a short that we've been trend playing to the downside and just sort of shorting pops here. We got one breakout downside, but after that, we're looking for a pop, looking for a breakdown again, and now we're shorting a pop into VWAP. So it's been a nice little downward trend. If it breaks about a 108.20, you can get out of that one. If it breaks 108.40, you've probably broken the trend at that point. So that's the structure for me with the short Disney. Of course, along and beyond meat. And I'm not getting rid of that GNUS or that FBIO short. I still want that 209. You better give it to me. Still have 20% of that trade on despite already taking 10% return on our short in FBIO.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure out what's going on with Uber here, but whatever. We're short now 32.10. So yeah, it's not a big loser here. Even if it goes up, we'll take 15 pennies on the loss here. What's up, Brendan?
Looks like they're offloading their bike and scooter business overseas to a company called Lime, which apparently they invested a whole bunch of money in already. So yeah, Uber, obviously the earnings, and then they're offloading their bike and scooter business, guys.
So there we go. So you get burned by a little bit of news there on Uber, which is fine. That's why. So whatever. I consider still Uber a big win today. The short seems to be right. That news is going to happen for you. And obviously when they're selling something, you're going to get nothing but upside here. We'll wait until Uber maybe dies down a little bit here before we get back into that name. But been a good one for us today, but you can't fight the trend here on that news. So we'll see what exactly that means. Let the market digest it. And then if it starts coming back down, we'll look for some key spots to get back in. Maybe it needs to get back to here, 32 even or so, even a crack down below 32.15. We might retry that short, guys.
Yeah, someone just asking again about this MITT, and I feel like if you guys are so interested in it, I mean, look, yeah, maybe a short through 2 even, but then look at this bounce off of 195. So I mean, unless you're looking at this level 2 and you're taking out like 4,000 or 5,000 shares to make 4 or 5 pennies and a couple $100, it's not that sexy of a trade to me, honestly. The upside play at least to give you the shot that it could have gotten to like that 210 to 215 range or test that 220 that I was talking about. But certainly, if you're going to be holding through VWAP, maybe even adding if it flushes through that 195, that could be good if the floodgates open up. So there is possibly a trade in there. I want to get over to this Beyond Meat there, as I sort of have this level 2 up. I just watched it flush 131.68 and then come right back in. Happened very, very quickly, so maybe you missed a chance at a reload there. If anyone caught that, that would have been sort of the opportunity that you want to consider when it slams back to the upside, jumping back into that long. But I'm still long here at 132, still in the money right now. But Brendan, what do you have for us?
Another one still going here, guys. We mentioned this earlier. BCRX back above 450 now. Took out this last little resistance point all the way up to 465. Nice day, 17% for BCRX. This one got a couple of upgrades today too, guys. BCRX, we're going to definitely have a quick look at that at some point, but I've been talking about it for quite a bit, and we're still looking to go further to the downside here. Anytime you're working the trend, you've got to allow yourself the opportunity to get more. It is so easy when a stock stops moving here, like an FBIO, to just be like, oh, I'm just going to take it out. Who cares? Forget about this trade. No, that can't be the approach. Not when it has not shown you any indication that it wants to turn. My target is 209. We're going to allow ourselves to hit it here. We were fortunate to be able to get a nice retest of 250. If it doesn't retest our entry point, actually, I'm still sitting here on the offer for more shares. Forget about that. That's probably not going to come in. You want to give yourself that shot. And if you do get the extra shares to have your full position on, then you want to make sure you have a chance to hit that home run. So still looking at that target firmly in the radar. Similar to Beyond Meat, I like 134.50 to 135 as my target. I'm not going to take this one off for a 50-cent win or an 80-cent win. You got to be willing to risk a buck to make 2 or 3. That's the structure of that trade. Disney here, we did get that VWAP retracement. It didn't consolidate long enough for me to get more shares, but if it wants to roll over back to 107 and I can grab 50 cents, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. We've been ripping off these shorts from time to time on Disney all morning long, and it's been my most consistent stock in terms of percentage wins.
What are you guys asking about? What just happened? What just happened? I don't know what happened either, but we'll find out there. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Where?
Uber, we're short again, 18s now. So let's see if we can't capture some profits here onto the downside of Uber, of course. Short 18s right now, coming back down. I don't know. I mean, like Brendan's already given us the news, so we sort of know what it is. Let's just wait to see here. I have no idea what their bike business or anything is worth. So we're not putting big risk on this one. I'm just thinking maybe it fades back. We're going to get out if it breaks this top again. 32.31. Small amount of risk. here. Not too huge, but we're going to wait to see. I still think we get back at least to 32, but we'll wait on that. Still to come here, hopefully Uber to the downside, but that's really all that I'm working with. I still got Peloton, I still got XOM, but everything's pretty quiet here right now, Brendan.
You guys have been talking about that MIT, M-I-T-T, CLNC. This is another one. They actually reported aftermarket, so that MITT is a real estate investment trust. This is another one that reported aftermarket. This one, though, positive, MITT to the downside, but decent volume on CLNC today as well, guys.
Okay, yeah, certainly worth a look there. For someone asked on GNUS whether I'm long or short. I've been short the entire way. Yeah, it's made a bit of a bottom. I know some people probably would look at that and say, I want to try a long trade at some point as it tries to hold the low. I told you guys I wanted to see it get down to that 60 mark. It got to 61.3. I still have this one on here for some shares and wanted that full 11 to 12 cent win on the 72 short. We didn't quite get there, but we're still deep in the money. I have no reason to get out of it just yet. As for Disney, we're in the money 24 cents, and then I want about 50. Retest of that low would be fantastic for us there. I know a couple of you guys have been in that Beyond Meat trade. It's not giving you any reason to get out or be too scared. It's holding the top end of the range after the break. A secondary push would be 133. It's really starting to set up like if it goes through 133, instead of taking shares off for $1, you want to be almost adding to your position and building a bigger long for a bigger play there. But Valeria, what do you have?
Hello trading family, and welcome everyone who just joined our show. Guys, subscribe to our channel. We are live every day. If you subscribe, you receive notifications when we are back on air or if we have some new content. And we are going to have a lot of new content, so subscribe. You don't want to miss us because, guys, we are new on YouTube just for about 2 months, and we are great so much already. So guys, stay tuned with us, become a part of our great trading community. We really want to reach 14,000 of subscribers today. I will be happy the whole weekend. Sean will receive a great breakfast in bed from his kids if we reach 14,000. Neil's daughter is 3 years old, so probably Neil doesn't receive anything. But if we reach 14,000, we'll get the breakfast for Neil, all of our team. And guys, hit the thumbs up, subscribe more, and share the link with your friends. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Yeah, you got that right. Thank you so much, Valeria. Yeah, look, I mean, for me, I'm all about Mother's Day, but we'll wait to see here. My beautiful wife deserves everything, not me, but hey, I'll take the breakfast in bed, that's for sure. But okay, Uber right now, guys, we are touching up to 32.25. We've taken the Uber short side today, so we'll hail that cab again. Hey, Uber, what's up? I'm over here. But right now, we are short 32.17. We'll wait to see what happens. A lot of shorts in here off that move. Look, they want to sell their bike company. I want to be the first one to admit it. I have no idea what that's worth. But the price action tells me that maybe we're bouncing off this little level here. So let's hold Uber to the short side. We're short right here, 32.18. So we'll see. We just took off a little bit of risk there at 20. I'm still targeting, guys, 32 even, sort of where we started building this. It's been a nice short all day here for Uber. Short, getting out here at the bottom before shorting here and getting out. But we're waiting for a home run on this one. Here it comes. Let's go, Uber. Maybe Uber could fall now. This might be the one we're looking for. If the market turns around, Uber should fall, but I know this is not a market play. I'm waiting for Uber to get back to 32.05. I think we'll take some more risk off of this one, Brendan.
Another one, guys, a little blast from the past here. Cassava Sciences, SAVA, up 17%, just broke day highs there, above $9 on a huge volume spike. They reported this morning, it looks like, in the pre-market earnings were better than expected. This thing's $9. I remember trading this when it was $4, guys.
I do remember trading that one when it was down at that price. It's always oddly enough when you come back to some of those names and they've moved a tremendous amount. Disney is trying to continue the break to the downside. It's the one of the shorts I have on here. You can see a couple orders to try to get out there, but it ticked off of 107.30. I was kind of trying to get that 50-cent move to the downside. I do like this one for maybe a retest of VWAP here and then another flush to the downside. We're just playing the trend here in Disney like we've been doing all morning long with the short trade. Quickly throw the position board up for you guys so you can see what we have on at this time. It is getting close to that noon mark where things might slow down. We got that Beyond Meat break long. We talked about the first break and then the second break we're looking at now. Room to 135. You got to give it at least $1 here. I think maybe even a little bit more than that to capture that type of a move. Disney short at 107.75. Looking for about 50-cent scalp on that one in front of VWAP. FBIO finally getting down to that 209 mark. We just got some out there at 214, 30-penny winner on that $2 stock. And GNUS, yeah, still short 72s. Hang on all day. See if we can't get that 61 mark as well on that name, guys.
Yeah, good ripper there on Beyond Meat. That's a good one too. And yeah, Uber again, guys. We will miss the boat as it goes up again. So we take out a little bit of profit there. But now Uber to the upside. Look at the futures still going. This is a 70-cent winner here on the SPY. Again, apologize for these charts wicking down. We're long at 290.97 right now. Making some moves here. Where is that long spot? Down here, 290.97. We're getting to the highs. 291.78. I think we'll look to take some out here for a nice little dollar winner on the SPY. It's more to come on this one. We're going to wait to see. Uber, like I just said, got blown out. XOM, not much happening. And we're short Peloton. This is not a horrible spot to reload. Watch out for the futures breaking through 43. I'm going to put more on this name here on the short in front of $43. Peloton, it looks like a good one. Leave some notes here, guys, if you do like anything for us to trade, what we're looking at, maybe what we haven't talked about, but I am looking right now at Peloton, Uber, Beyond Meat, and a few different names, maybe some of the banks as well, as the market now busting out. Yeah,
also worth a look, guys. For those of you that are just joining us, we do have an education channel, Market Wisdom. We have a few videos up there. We're going to be adding more. If you do check out either the short sell or the VWAP video, drop some comments in there. Tell us what you'd like to see next, maybe what we could do better, how we can improve on them. We have a few more that are going to be coming out from time to time, but it's really all about making sure we target it to what you want to see. We have some beginner videos. We'll do some more advanced ones a little bit later on. Some people have been asking a bit about Roku. I know Sean's been watching that stuff. I haven't been all over it here, focused on this Beyond Meat, some Disney heavily for me today, but I'm looking at Roku. Having some trouble. We thought there could be a breakout through 131. Once it failed there, you are seeing it start to get a little bit weak. We're looking at the ES popping up. The NASDAQ having some trouble here. So as it lags, there could be a shot here to maybe roll over on Roku in this 128 range, maybe using 129 VWAP as your out. I do have short exposure. I have 3 shorts on and only 1 long, and you guys know which one that is. It's going to be Beyond Meat. And I know some people might have got wicked out of this one as it continued to test down a few times. But like I said, you have to give this one some room on this break. We saw what happened in Twilio yesterday through 170. This is basically the same setup with lots of room to the upside. 135 is the next resistance. That's our target. Brendan, what do you got?
If you guys are wondering about Luminex today, LMNX down significantly, 13.5%. This is a share offering, big time as well. Big share offering, hence the volume down here, but it's coming back to this 33.52. We've been down here a couple of times already. We'll see if we get a bounce again for Luminex. Guys, we're so close to that 14,000 number. Hit subscribe and join us every single day. We come on at 9 a.m. Eastern, talk about everything that's going on in the pre-market. Join us at 9 o'clock. Hit subscribe. You'll get notified, guys.
You know what?
Good call. Good
yeah,
call.
Go ahead there.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say I did get, look, I don't know why I'm doing this, and I get in trouble when I do this sometimes, but Uber, I went short again. So we're short right here, 32.20, 4.5 here on Uber. I'm going to give it to this VWAP. I'm just tired of this move. I don't believe in it. Again, you know, I have to admit it. We don't know much about this bike thing, but Uber, I don't like the report. They lost $3 billion yesterday on that. Obviously, I know Uber Eats is doing well, and we use it, so it's a big one, but I'm building this short here in Uber. I believe we get back down here at least to 32 and then revisit what happens after that. But I like this short. I'm going to use 32.40 as an out spot there if that does come through. Look at this average in on Peloton like we talked about there. Nice little trade here, 42.87. Now we're busting through to 8.77. Look, it's only a 10-cent winner. It's not moving. We're not going to take it out. We're still going to wait down here, 42.60 or so. And again, look, guys, we're day trading. We don't hold these things overnight. These are not options. These are equity plays. So, you know, you could take 1,000, 2,000 shares, something like that, cash in based on your risk parameters. But this is a nice little trade on Peloton. We took it here out. We're taking it again. Let's just see what happens. I think we get back into this bunch area here, 42.67 or so. If not, we do have our out back up here at 43. So well worth the risk on this one, Peloton. I think it has room to follow this little arrow back to the downside, guys.
Marcus on the chat there, look, give me a slap next time, a little bit louder on that NBIS. If I didn't mention at some point today this little double bottom that it put in and that little breakthrough 60 cents as a level, then I certainly should have. Unfortunately, I've been caught up in some of those. I tend to drift back and forth between small cap and big cap, whatever happens to be in play. And we've been really focused on Disney and Beyond Meat as, look, we just talked about this one breaking through 133, how you didn't want to get wicked out at this little fade down on that 132 long. And I hope you didn't. I hope you had the sort of the conviction. We talked about the setup in Twilio yesterday, how this mirrored that action. So now you're in the money about $1.20, $1.50. I think if you want to consider taking profit, fair enough. I like a shot to get to 135-ish. That's where I want to get out in front. Call it 134.50. Take $2.5 out of this trade. I think that's a reasonable risk to reward. At least for me on Beyond Meat, that's been my target the entire way. I did slide my stop on Disney here. With this bump up in the futures, I was short exposure again in Disney. I just threw it to break even here. I didn't like the price action to the upside. I didn't want to turn this into a losing trade. And as I execute out of it, I'm not necessarily in love with the approach here. I think if it fails to break 108 and comes back down again, you'll probably see me jump back into the south side. Disney's just been so weak. I don't want to get caught up in the fact that because I have a big win to the long side on and some other short exposure that I get away from a trend which really hasn't broken just yet in Disney. Brendan, what do you got?
A little thinly traded, but Motorola Solutions here, guys, reported aftermarket. Look at this move yesterday, 136 at a bottom of 114. We're all the way back to 131 here, or 132, I should say, but a nice mover today. Tight little consolidation, broke a little bit earlier at 128. Still kind of trending back to the upside. Lots of room for MSI though, guys.
Oh man, looks like Uber is going to go upside here and break this 3240. It's bouncing off VWAP right now. So yeah, we hammered it early. It was a big trade for us off the open here, big little short. But yeah, now it's looking like it's a upside move here on Uber. And there it goes, breaking through 3240. So yeah, that one's not working out there. And we just kept shorting it all. I mean, look at all these shorts, guys, wrong all the way up there on Uber. So we fall down and can't do much about that one. And I don't know. I guess next time I see some news like that, we'll just play the momentum. I saw it starting to go with the volume here. So Uber, we still have some on, but we definitely just got out of about 60% of the short up here. So we'll see. Could still be a winner, but more to come on Uber, hopefully to the upside. If it stops, we got a nice little winner. I don't think I'll be shorting anymore. We'll just wait to see what happens there. As Beyond Meat, rip. Good one there. I've got that one at $80 or so my account, but nice to see 133. As well as Twilio making a move. Is that near 180 yet, Twilio? Yeah, 178. Wow, it drops off through 180. What a big move on Twilio. Continuation from yesterday. 48% or so yesterday. Another 5% today. Wow, this thing's like been a nuts. Made a bottom of near $80 in March. So wow, 180 right now.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Thanks for that, Marcus. I know you're following along. A bit of a tag man myself. That's what I had there. Very kind of you to say free Rolex. Check out, actually, I believe it's the Seiko Superman. We had Kevin O'Leary on, and he was telling Sean and I, fantastic watch. It was his call for 2020. So if you're a watch aficionado, definitely give that a watch. It should be on our channel there. But I want to get to that beyond. Someone was saying, hey, we're in the money, sell it in front of 135. Look, I kind of gave a target and said where I'm going to be, and obviously I'm not going to sell at the price you tell me to. But there was a bit of a seller just there at 134. It could be worth a trail if you want to put one in at 133, even to lock in your dollar profit if you want to do that. I still have the same target, looking for that mid 134 range for me to cover my position. And one other one that I've been holding all morning long, it really does look like we're not going to get the perfect trade here in FBIO. Every now and then when I short these garbage stocks that make these moves to the upside, I find a level to work off of. You're looking for 100% retracement just to tell everybody that we're wrong about the pop. Not quite going to get to 209, it doesn't seem, but 215 will be perfectly fine. Catch a 10% win. I got nothing wrong with that. So we'll probably take the rest of these shares out in front of the teens on FBIO. Been a great stock for me all day long here, but we finally have to throw in the towel, I do think.
I mean, now Uber finally starts coming back down, so we're going to fall in a hole getting out where we did, but I still like it, so we'll flush ourselves down here. Like I said, we got out of about 60% up here as we break VWAP. Maybe should have been a little less conservative on that break. I don't know, but whatever. I mean, if I keep playing that game all the way up, then we keep getting burned. So I got to get out at some point. Hits VWAP, but now we're coming back to the downside. Again, no bids out. I still think we get into this back to 32, and I know it's ridiculous, but we'll wait to see on that one if it comes back down or not. Uber to the downside, I still do like that one. Not much else happening, guys. We're looking at Bitcoin. We're looking at a bunch of different things here as well. So if you guys are looking to trade cryptos, you got GBTC happening here. GBTC on the pink sheet. Shout out to Jeff Mendel. We've had the VP of OTC Markets on a bunch. Not today, but he's a big guest of ours. We'll be back on soon, Jeff Mendel. Yeah, we're getting ready for European close now. I'm going to continue to watch Uber and see if we can make some magic happen on the downside. But right now, Uber's been a tough one for me, guys. We are ready for European. What's up?
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. By the way, if you're watching us from Europe or you have European blood in you, please subscribe to our channel. Our goal is to reach 14,000 of subscribers, guys, and we are so close. This is crazy. Like around 140 more subscribers, and we'll reach our goal for this week. And we will be very happy, and we'll come back to you on Monday, very enthusiastic and ready to teach you even more. Well, Europe is closed. British market is closed today as they are celebrating victory of World War II. Germany is up 1.29%. France is up 0.94%. Italy is up 0.96%. Spain is up 0.64%. And Russia is up 0.41%. Well, Europe is closed, and we'll back with it on Monday. Please subscribe, and back to traders.
Thank you very much, Valeria. Marcus, you have that watch already. I would love to see a picture of it, so tweet me just through my handle out there, TraderTV Neil. I'd love to see it. Kevin O'Leary was on here talking about it. It looked absolutely gorgeous when I saw it. If you still got that Beyond Meat trade, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens on this offer at 144. If I see the same seller there, it might be worth taking some profit off in front, and then you can always scalp the break at 134 even. If you have 135 as a resistance point, you can't squabble too much over a few pennies here or there, what might be $1. But here is the seller. If they can hold this, you might see a slide back down. It could be worth taking profits. Otherwise, when it breaks, everyone who is unfortunately short is probably going to have some stops at this price, and we should get our target very quickly if that 134 even does break. But it looks like it wants to hold, and for me that means an opportunity to maybe take that profit off on this trade, which has been such a good one to the upside. Every single break has been gangbusters on Beyond Meat so far this morning, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, Beyond Meat, once it gets going there, it's always quite the nice trade. Beyond Meat, we took that yesterday. I think it was an $8 or $9 winner, so get ready for that. It could move again today, Beyond Meat. But yeah, okay, so we're still hammering this Uber. Go back to Peloton here a little bit. Oops, that's not Peloton, that's Roku. Here's Peloton breaking through 43. We'll wait to see, man. We still have this top here. 43.10 is where we're trying to get out on that one. So we'll wait to see Peloton. If the market comes back in, it should be good. Brendan, give us another name, bud.
Another name that's been in play all week long, Gilead here, guys, right at a significant level from yesterday afternoon. The 77.50, we've kind of been flipping back and forth over this. If it does hold below that 77.50, could see a little bit of a pullback. On the way down here, we have looks like 77, then 76.5. Probably the next stop for Gilead, guys.
So for me, I'm going to go and take out my fantastic long on Beyond Meat. I mentioned if it had a seller there, we would dip out because we can always get back in on a break. If it were to dip back in here, I'd want to be trying some kind of a pullback anyway. So that gives me exposure to be able to do that while still maintaining the opportunity to get back in if 134 goes. You know, this could happen 2 minutes from now. It could happen 30 minutes from now. So I want to make sure that if it is the latter, I do take some profit out in front and then can jump back in at any time. And you are seeing this seller do some serious business here. And someone just mentioned they think it's a short squeeze there. Well, someone's selling a bunch of shares at this price, so that certainly is a possibility you want to take advantage of, but you got to see it break first. If you got that long, it was already such a good one, whether it's through 131 or 132, whichever one you got. Nice little winner here on Beyond Meat.
Okay, yeah, we're going to look here for Roku as well. Back to 128 now. off fading out. We did have a nice little win off the open here. A nice short here, 126.20. That was taken actually in the pre-market on Roku. And then we got out 124.53. I mean, this one right there, I mean, this is the lowest mark of the day. There's a little Street Fighter action for you. 124.50, Roku out there, then out the next part, 125.20. We didn't short anything up here, which is kind of a shame. You're bouncing around right now. This level 128 looks pretty sweet here. 128.68 to be exact. That's right where VWAP is, and what a surprise. Right where all this bouncing started happening here on that stock. So you can see here, looks pretty good if we can break back above. I mean, don't doubt these futures, guys. They're going to be strong here. I don't really know why. We talked about the NASDAQ being now positive for the year, so great on them. But as we go, Brendan has another one again.
I was watching this Glue all morning long, guys. Little mobile company, typically gives you a trade after earnings. So this one reported after market yesterday. $10 here, just blew off the top, big volume spike for Glue. Gave you already this really beautiful consolidation here at 950 and then a break up to 10. So another one trying to break higher. GLUU, guys.
GLUU, that's a name I'm familiar with. You see this battle being waged, and I can't take my eyes off beyond meat. Apologies for you guys. It's just right here at that 134. Over and over, it's been testing it. It's some strong selling action as they're trying to buy through that level. Hey, look, if it rolls over here, you want to see if it can hold this area, 132.65 to 133 even. So if it dips below 133, recovers back in, you want to play that retest into 134. Now there is obviously some resistance, like I said, at 135. So if it breaks 134, you want to see if it can take that out. Then you get a home run trade. But that's the play that I'm waiting for. Break 134 to the long side, pull back into that 130, 170 to 132. Break back up, and we'll take that long and continue that trend. That's one way to buy a bit of a dip. One thing we want to be able to do here is answer some of your questions, and Valeria has one at the big screen.
Hey guys, I know that a lot of beginners traders are watching our live trading show. Well, we are trying to be really helpful for you. First of all, we are streaming live every day. Subscribe and catch us at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Also, we created a whole new educational channel for you called Market Wisdom by Trader TV Live. Subscribe. There are already videos on what VWAP is, how to short selling, and we are preparing a lot of more educational videos. Subscribe and stay tuned. Also, our traders, Adam and Kevin, are doing a great job on the chat, helping you with your questions. And I want to be helpful as well. Every day, I pick one question on the chat and ask it directly to Neil, Brandon, or Sean. Well, our viewer, Carrie, is saying that she was wondering what website or program Brandon uses to get the news on the stock so fast. Brandon? Brandon?
There we go. Yeah. Hey, Carrie. Yeah, let's jump into this. We've answered this a couple times on the show, but we'll give you a little run through here. This screen, guys, we can go to my screen. We'll jump right into this. We're still social distancing on our set here, so we're spaced out. Usually, I'm actually sitting where Sean is and have 3 or 4 monitors for this platform. This is the Reuters Icon platform. You've probably heard of a Bloomberg terminal before. This is very similar, kind of Reuters version of a Bloomberg terminal. So I'll just give you a quick rundown here of what I have. I have this divided up into 6 boxes here. The one front and center I'll highlight right here. I can type in a ticker and it'll show me all of the news and the times for the news as I type in the ticker here. To the left of that, over here, this is major news as it's breaking. So political stuff, government stuff will come up in this box. Down here, this one, bottom left corner, another political type of news stream, but it's more focused on the U.S. specifically. This one, middle on the bottom here, is equity focused specifically. So all the stock related news, you can see all these tickers that are popping in here. Stock related news are going to pop up in this. And then I just have a couple of quote boards on the left there for Canadian stocks. If I minimize that or try to, let's just do that. We'll shift over to Trade Ideas, another great platform, obviously a paid platform. You can set up all kinds of scanners in Trade ideas. This is the up gappers on the day. This is the down gappers on the day. These are high volume movers. So anything that's breaking to new highs going to show up in this. Have a look at BILL right now. All-time highs, guys, for BILL right now. And this one over here is just volume spikes, crazy moves that are not normal coming up in this box, and then some charts as well. So a little bit of a look, guys, at what I am staring at through the show. Let's go to the guys.
Yeah, not normal. There we go. Tesla. We're finally into this name, guys. We just took it out quickly there for $2. So a nice little $2 winner. 822.50 there. Took it out. We got the very highest spot, I think, of the day, 824. So sorry, $1.70 winner there on Tesla. We're still holding the last half of this one. We're not going to get out until this breaks like through 819 or so. So I do like this call here on Tesla. We're going to the top side here. We'll wait to see what it wants to do. But I'm long 8, just to give you guys an indication, 822.50 right now on Tesla. It's $1.50 in the money, but breaking higher and higher here. Let's see if we can't cash in on this one and keep going higher. Let's look at a daily chart on Tesla, give an idea of where we might be. I know we haven't been here in a while. Nice little move off that bottom when Elon Musk seemed to not know what he was doing, or maybe he did. Maybe he picked up some shares down here last Friday. I think it was last Friday. But here we go. I don't think we get up to 866 today, but yeah, not much here. What is this wick? 823, that's right where we are now. So nothing really on the daily chart. We're going to hold this one and see if we can't capture bigger move here on Tesla, guys.
15 minutes to go. Look, we're going to be out of here in 15 minutes, but you know what I got to ask for? If you just jumped in, if you've been watching along and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, not just so you can get notifications, then jump in here 9 a.m. in the morning when we actually start the show and you're able to take advantage of some of the calls and levels that we're making here and make that cash. But also, look, Sean's going to get breakfast in bed from his kids if we hit that 14,000 mark. We are oh so close to it. I think we're just over 100 left with about 14 minutes to go, so make that dream come true. Fantastic cause there. He definitely deserves it. It's been a fun week for us, but it is hard work, guys, trading and letting you guys know what's happening with our positions, what's going on in the market. Brendan doing a fantastic job of giving you some news. I think he's got some more.
Yeah, that bill, guys, we just mentioned that bill all-time highs here. This thing just ran from 89 to 96 in a straight line on that breakout there on decent volume. Another earnings name, guys, bill.ny in the cloud space, guys.
Bill.ny, okay. Yeah, we didn't actually, you know what, now that we're talking about cloud space, might be a good time to check out Dropbox, DBX. Here they reported, obviously, NQ, there it is. Dropbox 2138, down 2%. They did have a nice move here off the open. That's Dropbox. You can see though fading back down 2.3%. 2127 here is approaching. Let's check out a daily chart on Dropbox just to see what we do have here. Yeah, not much happening. You could break through 21 to come downside. I do like that short on Dropbox if it does break down through 21, guys.
Yeah, and look, some of you guys are talking about the retracement and Beyond Meat. It looks like it didn't quite get into my target range to get the reload. 132.50, 132.45, somewhere in there. If you guys had that one, fantastic on that pullback. That's one way to play a trend is you take shares off in front of some resistance to make sure you're capturing profit. You then get back in when you get some dips, when you find a little bit of support there. I was really looking forward to that sort of 131.70 to 132 range to catch a bit of a dip. It hasn't quite gotten there yet, but Beyond Meat obviously has been a strong trend to the upside that goes without saying. If you can't see that in the chart, it's kind of I don't know what you're looking at if you can't see that. Brennan was mentioning BILL. That was a huge breakthrough, that 90 even area to this all-time 96 high. Look, I like these ones usually for some rollovers. Here's the problem. Look at this level to $1.50 spread. Nope. Not going to be touching that one. It's difficult to trade unless you're catching the 90 break for $4 or $5 wins there. When I trade these retracement shorts, I need a level I can work off of. To get into the short position, I got to get hit in the midpoint or hit directly on the offer, which is not the ideal way to enter a trade. So that setup is thrown out the window when I see that lack of liquidity. If you want to be a short seller on an up move against a trend, you need liquidity or you are going to die a very rapid death, not a slow one, a rapid one.
Yeah, if you don't have liquidity, and that's why you got to trade names that we're talking about, guys, because or names that you find that are in play, like a Beyond Meat, like a Roku, like a Tesla, Apple. Wow, Apple today up 1.15%.
I haven't even looked at
AAPL. Yeah, I haven't looked at Microsoft today. That's my favorite stock of all time. So, wow, Apple, nice little acceleration here on this move. So, yeah, tech to say the least here, guys, for the win. Tech just keeps on going, gone. So, yeah, nice little move here on tech. Apple to the top side. Our friend Microsoft as well. It's not as much. 187. Yeah, you can see Apple was 1.2%. Microsoft half of that. So the market fades down. Maybe we'll look for a Microsoft short. Apologize for this wick down here, guys.
Absolutely, guys. We got just about 10 minutes to go here. Look, a lot to cover. I want to get you to that PTGX. I know a few of you guys were watching that. Beyond Meat making another move to 134, so we have to watch for that break. I am going to be involved if it takes out that seller. PTGX just consolidating here, double top at that 1680 mark. I dipped into a short. I did want to see if I could get more. I wanted to test 1650. It did barely do that. Didn't quite get me in, but hey, we got shorts here on this name. It's at 1614 that I got. If we can roll back into 15, get a $1 win on a $15 stock, I'll take it all day long. But I wanted a bigger position here. Unfortunately, I'm unable to get it just yet. But Brendan has something for us. What do you got, bud?
Redfin, guys, another one breaking out. Number of late breakouts happening at the moment right now. 2550 here just got taken out on Redfin, RDFN. Decent volume on this one as well for the day. Looks like they reported in the pre-market there. So a nice look, 26. Next stop for RDFN, FN rather. Let's go to Valeria.
Thank you, Brandon. And hey guys, as you already know, our goal is to reach today 14,000 of subscribers. You can't imagine how close we are. Just 100 more subscriptions are separating us from our biggest goal for today. Guys, subscribe because we're live every day. You don't want to miss when we are back on air. And if you subscribe, first of all, it's absolutely for free. Second of all, you receive notifications when we are back on air. And also, guys, if you receive more subscriptions, it will give us more opportunities to interact with you and be even more helpful. Also, hit the thumbs up. We're very close to reach 600. It's like absolute record. Would be so great if we reach 14,000 of subscriptions. And guys, we are doing that for you. So we really want to hear your feedback. If you want us to improve something or to add something, feel free to write your comments. And of course, if you don't know where is subscribe button, it's right under the video you're watching right now. So hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
All right, guys. Yeah, safe Facebook for long trade. Yeah, I mean, we could look at Facebook for sure. I did want to look at Peloton here. Yeah, look where we get out, basically, right what I said, 43.10. That was the spot, and then now it drops back down. So we're going to wait to get some more out here. We didn't get out of everything. That's about half. So Peloton, if we can get out now, it'll be a winner. But short, we did get out of some there, and now coming back down. Yeah, hit the like button. I can't believe we're that close now to getting that trade through. Tesla bouncing around. We're out of the money $1. We took that $1.50. We're going to wait to see if it breaks down below $8.1950 or so. But the market, that's coming back in. So we may wind up washing the trade on Tesla here. $1.50 win. If we lose, we'll lose about $2.50. So I guess we'll be down about $1 on that one. But again, we don't like to take too many trades. Not the number of trades, but too much risk on board here as we're getting close to 12 o'clock. Now we already talked about why we need some volume in this market. Let's see if the S&P makes a run back down here to 2,900. This is a Jobs Friday, guys, today. So those of you that know, we were watching that number early as well. We just took out the Spiders trade right out here. That was a decent win as well. So SPY up 1.37% today. I may have to revisit Disney possibly as well. But right now the Spiders moving to the upside. Yeah, guys, hit that subscribe and we see what happens. Hopefully we get to 14,000. That'll be good.
Sir.
We have merch coming soon, hopefully. This is Trader TV mug. Fruit salad is almost done today. We'll see about that. And I told you guys earlier on today, not to think that we were predicting this, but I said it wasn't going to be a monster day for me. The only thing I was looking for was Uber. There was really nothing else today. So you kind of slow down a bit. I still have 200 fills, but slow down just a bit here as the market wasn't that great in the pre-market. I didn't love it. So that's why I'm not super excited. I did miss Beyond Meat. Disney was a disappointment.
Here comes Uber 134. It's like the fifth or sixth time we're testing 134 and Beyond Meat. That seller is still in the building. Someone asked, how can you trade on our platform? look, Valeria will drop the link there. We're trading Day Trade the World. Lots of floors we have all over the place, guys. So all over the world, 300 or something like that, I think, Sean. But one of the things we do is I like to review the top trader by market within the company just to show you. We're trading the U.S. here. Yeah, you're going to see yesterday someone pulled 39,000 out of the NASDAQ. Great. But number two, someone pulled $20,000 out of Germany. 15,000 out of London. Now, this is just a top trader in each market. Obviously, there's more money to be made on the NASDAQ, but we can trade in 60 different markets here. For those of you that are interested, check it out. Valeria will drop the link, but solid numbers across the board. Hit that subscribe. We're very, very close to that 14,000 mark to get Sean breakfast in bed, which he certainly does deserve a day before Mother's Day. I just got triggered into Beyond Meat when I don't think it actually broke the top there. So I don't know if it actually broke 134, but it seems like it wanted to trim me. It looks like it got 09s there, so I got the long. I did mention there is some resistance at about 135, so taking this one out for a scalp isn't unreasonable than trying to re-enter on a pullback or break a 135. Also a good idea, but here goes once again, Beyond Meat, more wins to the upside. What a great long it's been all morning long. Fortunate for anybody that caught it. If you didn't, I just hope you're not short. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be short Beyond Meat, not with that kind of a play. Tesla is finally starting to get going as well. Back to flat. We did have to absorb like $1.50 or so against us. We'll wait to see here as the futures are bouncing. Neil's been talking about that one, helping the Beyond Meat trade. Beyond Meat obviously very strong today. Tesla, look, we'll take the 5%, but let's get 6 or 7 and get back up here to that day's high. We actually go perfect on that first out there. We take the day's high, so you don't get much better than that. But Tesla, I still want more. That's the best print I have all day. 824. The high of Tesla is 824.01. So yeah, we got a good print, but looking for more. It's going in the money now, 50 plus cents. Let's see what we can do with this Tesla trade. Hopefully it can follow the market and break through this 824. Next level, obviously 825.
John, I'm hitting fireworks over here, and it's actually not for Beyond Meat. Sorry, loves Jaguars. That your name? Can you look at PTGX for a long for the day? I just shorted it and made $1. We're talking about this rollover here, making a double top. We caught it on the way down. I did want to be adding in the 1650 range. It never really caught a break high enough for me to take my position in. It's a bit of a thinly traded stock if you look at the level 2, but you catch that retracement to VWAP. I think when I'm playing counter trend, I'm usually looking to take it off in front of the first support level I see. You can see up here, this sort of 1475 to 15 area was support. VWAP's right here as well. So taking that dollar win is a high percentage play, which I love to do. Beyond Meat, really, I did just mention that there was going to be some resistance at 135, and then when it spikes up, what do I not do? I don't take it out there when it gets to 76. I could have had that 50 to 75 cent scalp, which would be in line with what I was talking about. So next time it comes up here, we'll probably do that and just take off another win here in Beyond Meat. Certainly was anticipating we'd run into some sellers at 135 in addition to 134, and that's what we've seen here.
Oh, we'll give you guys a look that we haven't done much today. It's just my positions. They're not crazy or anything, so we can review these quickly here. Peloton short 42.84. We've been talking about that all day. That's 20 cents in the money, but we already got stopped out at half, so that's going to be a flat trade for us. We're still holding that Uber, man. It's 13 cents against us, but we like it. And here goes upside on Tesla. We're watching that. XOM, we're just holding on to that for no reason really whatsoever, but we're going to wait to see here what happens with Tesla. That's the big one for me as we go. Tesla, let's see what happens as we're breaking new highs here in the market. I just need Tesla to go, guys, and hopefully that happens soon.
Yeah, and I'm going to take this one off. We'll floss it off because that's what you guys like, 134.50. Like I mentioned all morning long that 135 was the target for resistance, so we're going to use that. If it bounces down, we can continue to play the trend on pullbacks or breakouts, but I'm going to be dipping in and out at this time of day with more scalps as it gets a little bit slower. But Beyond Meat, great trend, great trading. Brendan, let's wrap this one up. I think we have some earnings maybe next week.
It is Friday, so Friday always going to be a little bit lighter on the earnings schedule. But yes, absolutely, we have lots of names still to come to, next week. I was having a look a little bit later on in the week as well. Still some big names to get to. Monday, we do have some hotels. It looks like Marriott on there. A few energy companies as well, guys.
I gotta say Under Armour.
Lips,
Come on,
maybe.
you got Under Armour, guys. Under Armour should be a good one. It's not a heck of a lot in terms of, like you said, because it's Monday. In terms of earnings, there, Sean. I'm gonna tend to jump right back into these plays, which are all over the place and which are volatile. You're talking about those recent IPOs, right, Sean? You get those Beyond Meats, your Pelotons. Like every day, you're seeing moves in them, so it's always a good starting point to have a preparation. Start with those names that were good the week before.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Peloton right here. We are looking to get out. Yeah, I don't know. I know none of those names really. I don't mind Cliffs. We'll see Under Armour. They'll probably beat because it makes no sense. But we'll see here. We just took some Peloton off there. That's a 20-cent winner. We're waiting for VWAP to break. I still think we get back down here 42.28. It's been a fantastic week. I can't keep saying that enough. It's been a monster week for us here. We're so glad to have you guys today. If you haven't hit subscribe, hit it yet. I have no idea how close we are. We're going to see from Valeria right now, guys.
Hello, dear viewers. Thank you very much for joining us today. Welcome everyone who joined our trading community. We are here for you every day from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Subscribe to our channel. Check out our other videos while we're off for the weekend, and we'll be back on Monday. Also, guys, I know that we need like less than 100 subscriptions to receive 14,000. Please make us happy and subscribe if you haven't yet. You won't regret, I promise you. Share the link with your friends. Also mention us on the social media during the weekend. We really love hearing back from you because we are doing that for you and for our trading community. We want more people around the world to day trade with Day Trade the World and Trader TV Live. Guys, hit the thumbs up and subscribe for our channel. And as usual, I'm saying what national day is today. Are you ready, guys? Today is the National Coconut Cream Pie.
Coconut cream pie is okay, but I'm going to put you guys, throw my screen up for a quick second here. Look, if you don't want Sean to have waffles in the morning, well then don't hit the subscribe. But he's been working hard all week, away from the family. We're putting in the work here, and he gets breakfast in bed from his two lovely kids. I know he threw a pickup earlier. Maybe he'll do again to show you guys. I'm just sort of throwing waffles out there because it's my personal favorite. I'm not sure what he's going to get when we hit that 14,000 on the subscribers, which we're also close to. And by the way, thank you so much for all of your support, for all of your engagement, for hitting that like and subscribe. We do this because we enjoy it, but really it's about you guys following along, talking trading. Every trader loves to talk shop, and that's what we're doing here every single day. Anything to add there, Sean?
No, it's been good so far here today. I just hope that Uber can continue to go down, guys. And a happy Mother's Day to my mother out there and my wife. Good job. Thanks for everything you guys do. And we're just having fun here every single day trading. And I hope those of you that are new to our show join us on Monday, when I hope there's a little more fireworks than maybe there was today. Yesterday was an incredible show. We're hoping for the same, but Peloton now making a move down. We can call that stock up once again, 42.50. There it is, right at VWAP. So floss that one off as well to end the show. Okay, here we go, Peloton. Now breaking down lower. Even though the show's over, I can't stop talking, but 42.30, Peloton with a nice break. Finally, we rain down that money as the show comes to an end. A nice little 50-cent win here on Peloton. So thank you so much for that one. Coming raining down. Happy Mother's Day. We'll catch everybody on Monday.
It isn't over till it's over. And for those of you guys in that Beyond Meat, it's still moving to the upside there. So lots of movement, lots of stocks still trading. Of course, there's the second half of the day. We talked about some of these movers. Some of you asking about Disney. Hasn't really broken that trend just yet. Once it breaks 108, I think that's what you're probably looking for. Look, for the entire team here, I can't say this enough. Thank you very much for your support and for you getting us to that subscriber market that we've been trying to get to, certainly to give Sean that breakfast in bed. But for the entire team here down the line, Valeria doing a fantastic job as always on the chat. Sean Katina over in the corner. There he is. He's almost on that fruit salad.
I can't stop trading, so
he's almost on that fruit salad. I think I saw a couple of pieces in there. He'll get that done.
Left.
Yeah, and Brendan Wickens is always doing a fantastic job for us, bringing us lots of news today and lots of high flyers that you guys could take advantage of. As always, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you next week.
Almost.